Somebody give me some audio.
Audio test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hello, radio.
Okay, one more time.
Audio test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hello, radio.
And you can also see it on Central Cal, Ditchbank, Sideband net on YouTube.com.
767 Madeira, standing by.
Okie dokie, Pat.
I'm going to turn off the stream I'm running and start up the real stream.
Two streams running tonight.
Ron, you get any rain out there in Biola yet?
I don't hear any. I have no windows here. Don't want to crack the garage open, but no, I don't think there's anything going on.
Yeah, it didn't hit over here yet either.
Says expected around 9 p.m. Huh. We'll see about that.
When I see it, I'll believe it.
Okay, the stream is up.
And there you go.
I like how I get notified that it becomes live. That's pretty cool. It's pretty good.
Now, as long as I and Dennis don't tee up, everything will be fine.
Old Stone Jumper was thinking about Ditchbank Sideband Network tonight because I got a text. Would you please proxy me? Oh, okay. We'll get him in here. Thanks, Ron. No problem.
Hello, Ditchbank. 111 track.
Hey, 111. We got you. Did you copy that 111? We got you. Relay to 111, James, if we can hear you. Hey, 111, do you copy? Ron got you proxy or checked in there. Copy?
Got you checked in there, 111.
Probably already signed off. Hey, Ron, did you get 650 checked in?
No, I did not hear him.
Yeah, just in case.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Dennis, we're sorry about that outburst, man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, with you know who. Who? Your friend.
What?
Morning, Joe. Morning, Joe. Good evening, Joe. Good evening, Dennis.
And good evening, Chris.
Yeah, hello, Chris.
Yeah. So how you been doing, Dennis? Ain't heard you in a month of Sundays.
Yep, staying busy.
Well, damn, you need to take a vacation once in a while to get unbusy.
Oh, that'd be boring.
No, then you find something fun to do.
Well, then I'd be busy again.
Depends on how old she is, too. Now, if she's 80 years old, you ain't going to be that damn busy. Anyway, I'm glad glad to hear you in there.
You too. Good to hear you.
Good to hear me too. But sometimes I think. I don't know if I think right or not. But
Don't think.
Why? So, Joe.
You.
I just started saying, so, Joe.
Oh, okay, so Chris.
Okay, so, Joe.
Yeah, that's G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip.
And got a grip on your lip.
You remember that, huh? I know they didn't have a grip on my lip, man. They kicked ass on Super Bowl.
They thought you was a crappie. You know how you grip that lip down on a bass, too.
You see what's happening up there with that weather in Morro Bay there, Chris?
Oh, yeah. 26 gave a little bit better view of it and everything, a little bit longer burst of it and everything. They said they had a wave, they reported few waves coming in there at least 40 feet.
Oh, my God.
This hit from here all the way down south.
Hear that, Dennis?
I scared him off already.
No, Dennis says he was going to look into that, check into that, what's happening out there.
What, with water, the waves?
Yeah, with what's happening out there on the coast.
Well, it's down now, but boy, they had some big ones coming in there, all up and down. I mean, it's wiping off. What was it? 4 or 5 people got killed in it. They had mobile homes out there upside down, floating around, sinking. A truck upside down, Winnebagos or whatever, motorhomes. Yeah, I mean, I've been there at Pismo one time. They had a freak wave to come in. I had somebody had to drag my ass up on the hill there a little bit in my car. I was buried to the frame, just that quick. My brother was behind me. His truck and trailer went all the way to the floor, and this guy come up with a Ford pickup truck with a 4-wheel drive, no fat tires or anything. Pulled me out, pulled my brother out with his trailer hooked to him.
Wow.
Well, hello, radio. It is 8 o'clock, and it's time for the Ditchbank Sideband net. This is Bone 775. My name's Ron, and I'll be the net control tonight. And you may be one too. If you hear anybody out there that I can't hear, go ahead and holler out relay, and you can work them and get them checked in for me.
All right, well,
so at this time, we'll go ahead and ask for anybody who needs a early check-in.
Good evening, Ron. This is 737. Can I get a check-in?
737 with an early check-in. All right, fishing girl, we got you.
Thank you, Ron. Have a good evening.
Ron, 360.
360 with an early check-in. All righty.
Yeah, he had to do some stuff, so he wouldn't be in tonight.
All right, no problem. Anybody else need an early check-in?
Hey, Ron, is 53 checked in?
No, I did not hear Bel Air yet.
Okay.
All righty. Anybody else need an early check-in? Hey, Lee in Orange Cove, 869, man, we got you, Lee. Hope you're watching the races. I got them on. All right, Lee, take care, man. Have a good one.
What race is on?
We are watching the Chili Bowl. It's from Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's all indoors. Guys pit inside with their race cars and trailers. They're running a wing and non-wing car. They're called midgets.
Sprint, stuff like that, and they run like a big motorcycle motor, like a 600 multi-cylinder motorcycle engine. And for the little kids, they run like a one-cylinder, four-stroke motor.
For what channel is this on?
That will be on Flow Racing. So you have to do one of them subscriptions to Flow Racing.
Oh, Flow the other way.
There you go. All right. Anybody else need an early check-in?
Hey, Ron, if 53 hasn't checked in, go ahead and check him in.
All righty. We'll get Bob proxied in there. Anybody else need early? Well, all righty. We'll go ahead and start it off with the man up on the hill, 33, James.
Good evening, Ron, and everybody else on the net. 33 checking in.
All right, James. I think you changed radios on me or microphones. What'd you do?
I switched back over to the gentleman's radio, just like yours. All right, hey, I'll be listening. Happy New Year to everybody.
All right, James. Yeah, I can tell there. I looked at the screen, the signal, it doesn't cover the whole string, the bandwidth. So, anyway, you got the good audio radio on.
Copy that. Hopefully it sounds half as good as yours. All right, I'm out listening. Thanks, Ron.
All righty. And let's see, 363 Step Jumper. He needed a proxy.
Copy proxy.
All right, got him. How about 458 Mule Skinner? 1942 Ron.
Go ahead.
Yeah, proxy run.
Ron is proxied in. Yeah, because we heard him out there earlier.
I thought I heard him one time, too. I wasn't near the radio, but I thought I heard him.
All right, we got him in there. About 1233, Daryl, Big D.
31 X-ray, 1233, course call check.
All right, Daryl, you are officially checked in. And how about 767 Pat?
Good evening, Ron, and everybody out there on the net. 767 Madeira.
All right, Pat. Man, you just sounding like you're right in the neighborhood now. Yep, sounded good. How about we go out to Sangertown for 979, Sean? 151, Chris out of Northport.
151, Chris out of Northport. Good evening, Ron, and everyone else. Hope you have a good New Year.
All right, yeah, we're going to have a good one. Had a good Christmas and New Year. Hopefully get to stay home, or at least within a few miles from home. So we got you checked in there, Chris. And let's see, 213 JR was texting me, poking fun of us here in Fresno that we have one of the nation's biggest homeless problems. So he heard about that all the way back there in Tennessee. So Mr. JR is proxied in, and I told him that we were falling in the ocean, but hasn't got back to me on that one. How about 920 Dennis out of Midtown?
All right, pressing the button to say hello, radio, and all the listeners here on the Ditchbank's Sideband net beaconing worldwide, thanks to some type of universal media network thing. I have no traffic here from Midtown, over.
All right, Dennis, good to hear you out there, and that there is the voice of the Old Tube Radio net on Saturday night at 8 o'clock, channel 11 a.m., so he was kind enough to come over to the sideband side of the radio and probably had to retune and recalibrate and do all that stuff, change microphones, and now he's got to start working on getting back to the AM side for tomorrow night. Thanks, Dennis.
You know, it's always something. Actually, I just got out from the radio station and jumped in the air chair, and you called my number. It was a perfect timing. Anyway, we will be around to ring out the old year and the new year tomorrow night, so we'll see you there. Thanks.
All right, Dennis. Sounds good, too. All that work you've done prepping it for tonight and tomorrow night. So, all right. How about 982 Dirt Dog? 305, David out of Sanger.
305, David out of Sanger, checking in.
All right, David, good to hear you out there from Sangertown, sounding good. X in the square for you. All right. 109, Crawdad.
Good evening, Ron. 109, Crawdad checking in.
Hey, Crawdad, good to hear you out there, and thanks for checking in.
Thank you.
And let's see if 142 KP's out there from Madera. Probably watching the races. How about 112 Rickasaw?
112 Rickasaw, checking out.
All right, Wayne, got it checked in. Exo square for you.
Thank you, Rob.
Ooh, you throw a heck of a signal on that string there of errands. Wow, 40 plus. All right. How about 339, Jeff out of Mariposa? 321, Jerry. He must have a gig tonight. How about 113 calling out of Sanger? And Mr. Copenhagen Kid 54 checked in early. You there, Dean? How about 449er Smitty and Sweet Country Mama?
Yeah, let's proxy them then.
All right, got a proxy for them. Haven't heard them in a while. Hope everything's okay. Let's see. 360 Ray, he got an early one. 310 Tony out of Corsville, he got a crossband check-in earlier. And, well, let's see if Bob's out there. 53 Bel Air, the legend. And we will proxy Bob in there. 111 Bob, he got a early check-in. Unless he's out there. And how about 603 Joe?
Hey, Ron, how about that 603? Happy New Year to everyone out there. 603 out of Fresno, Cal, checking in.
All right, Joe, the old radio there is working good. Sounding good, just like last week. So, good to have you out there with the big signal.
Appreciate it, Ron.
All righty. Where'd my foot pedal go? Slid up underneath there. How about number 7, Ed?
Yeah, let's proxy Ed.
Okay, we got a proxy for Ed. How about Captain 00, Harold?
Captain 00 checking in there. Thanks there, Ron.
All right, Harold, getting ready for the big, some type of a storm. Probably be kind of wet up there tonight, huh?
There's stars out there right now.
Early morning, or, like 4 o'clock or something.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see if you guys get any snow out of it. Probably won't happen until maybe later in the week, though.
I don't think there's any chance of snow.
Too warm still.
Yeah, copy on that.
All right, Harold, thanks for checking in. How about 1919 Tom out of Visalia? .43 Eric. Well, how about 1234 Miss Tony out of Corsville?
31 X-ray, Tulsa.
checking in and wishing everybody a Happy New Year.
All righty. Thanks for checking in. Well, you're not slurring, so the toothache, well, hopefully it's not too bad.
Oh, it's been miserable, Ronnie, let me tell you.
All right. Well, sounding good out here.
Thanks, Ronnie. Have a good night.
All right. Take care. And, yeah, boy, hope the toothache gets better because, yeah, none of those dentist offices are open till Tuesday. How about 302 Mark out O'Neill's? And 1017 Dennis Tower of Power.
Well, there you go, Ron. Appreciate everything you do on the net. And I hope everybody has a great weekend and a safe New Year's. And Peanut Whistle over here, 1017, checking in.
All right, Dennis. Thank you for checking in. And I heard we got two streams up. We got the Central Cal Ditchbank Sideband net on YouTube, and I think Larry's got something up too. So anyway, a couple of that going on. Let's see if 650 Rich is out there, 650 and a half. We'll get them proxied in there. About 188, Snow Beach Jr.
Evening time, Ron. 188 checking in.
All right there, Snow Beach Jr. We got you checked in, sounding good, and I imagine you'll be out there shooting some skip tomorrow.
I'm going to try to get some talk time in. I've been a little busy with my mom. She's got dementia, but keeping me tied up a little bit. But if we get a little bit of time, I'll get out there and do what I can.
All right. Yeah, I heard it was pretty good today.
Yeah, I wasn't even around all day today. Matter of fact, this is the first time I actually turned the radio on. It was just a few minutes ago. So I missed out on a good day.
All right, Bobby. All right, well, man, hopefully you can get out there and get them up there and get you up on the video gate. What is it, the 445 video gate?
Yeah, if he's got one going, I'll see if I can get up on there, that's for sure.
Yeah, looks like he's been having them on every day. You know, off and on. I know I see one for 1 hour ago, 6 hours ago, and so on. So, yeah, pretty sure he'll have that going.
Yeah, he's one of the most consistent guys over on the east side that'll run a video gate nearly every day. And when he does step aside and he's busy, he'll always let everybody know ahead of time. He's a really good guy about getting the gates going.
Right on. Yeah, I've seen. It's got quite a few. It's like, wow, this guy's pretty good, and it's kind of neat to hear what your signal sounds like back there out of his station, you know, on the east side of the state, so, the United States anyway. So, all right, man, thanks for checking in.
10-4, evening time to all. Happy New Year if I don't get a chance to chat out with you guys again.
Right on. All right, let's see, how about 102 Phil? Him proxy in, and the other guy out there with the video stream, 785 Larry.
Yep, 785 here, checking in from Chinatown. And let's see, no announcements for today.
All right, Larry, got you checked in. Oh yeah, my garage door. Oh, there we go. There's some cold air. Woo! How about M&M up the hill? 241 Chris.
241 here, Ron.
All right, Chris, you are checked in. Sounding good tonight.
In the life, huh?
There you are. How about 223, Chris out of Madera Town?
223, Chris of Madera checking in. Happy New Year's, everybody. Stay safe.
All right, Chris, thanks for being out there and represent Madera Town tonight. How about Radio Boys? See if Radio Boy's out there. And we'll go down the street to my neighbor, 31 Delta 561. Yeah.
Yeah, this is 31 Delta. I'm here checking in, and hope everybody had a great Christmas. I did, and I'm looking forward to a great new year, and I'm passing that on to everybody. Hope you have what they call a Jubilee year. That means a year of new beginnings, and the greatest year yet. Anyway, take care.
All right, Dennis, and thanks for that, and have yourself a good New Year's also. Thanks for checking in tonight.
Thank you.
How about 151, Jim? 31 Delta 572, Alan Weinhopper. And 869, Lee got an early one. How about 308, Mr. Rogers?
I'm still here.
All right, Mr. Rogers, you're checked in on the Ranger base.
Drifting away.
Oh, yeah, that's just how sideband is, man. It's, just can't get everybody on the same frequency. But, hey, we can hear you just fine. All right. Good signal tonight, too. How about, let's see, U.S. Renegade 261. Tracy, you still awake? All right, we already got him in early. How about Adam out of Madera? Skywinder. Fishing Girl, she came in there early. How about SWL 20, Harvey?
And Proxy Harvey.
And a proxy for Harvey. How about our Ditchbank live streamer here, SWL 52, Aaron? Well, we'll get him in there because he is live streaming it, and I have been communicating with him. All right. How about Cliff, 31 Delta 87? Well, that is the list as I have it here. Are there any later members?
1942. Hello.
Hey, 1942, we went ahead and put you down there early because we heard you out there, so you were checked in, and good to hear you out there, Ron. Have a good New Year.
I stepped out, and doggone, I had to talk to my daughter there for a little bit, and I missed that, but I just wanted to wish everybody a happy and a prosperous New Year coming up, and I hope everyone had a nice Christmas. So anyway, 73's to everybody. Have a good weekend and a happy New Year. 1942.
All right, Ron. Thanks for checking in, and good hearing you out there. Hope you have a good one.
52.
And there is 52. And, yeah, I got you checked in there because I just know you're out there.
Oh, I heard. I just couldn't make it to the microphone in time. I actually started the stream remotely from the parking lot at Costco, and so I was driving home with all the goodies.
Oh, okay. They sell any ham radios there? Not ham that you eat. Is Costco selling ham radios yet?
No, just the honey glazed type and giant televisions.
Yeah, I might have to get one of those for my wall here. That way I could see, maybe I could get all of my monitoring needs on one screen.
Oh, there you go. Well, we'll just set you up with a projector and a big white wall.
That might work. have a projector. I wonder if I could use that thing.
But you got to keep it white.
I actually have a movie screen. You know, those are something special. I feel like they got sandpaper. They're white. Got sandpaper feeling. I got one of those. Used to, Mom and Dad, well, actually, my grandparents used to have the 8mm, you know, no sound movie, but oh my gosh, all the little 8mm rolls of film they used to record.
Fancy.
Yeah, that's probably way before your time there, Aaron.
Well, I know what a slide projector is.
Yeah, those are boring. All right, hey, thanks for doing the stream tonight there on the Central Cal Ditchbank Sideband net there on the YouTube side of it. Appreciate it. Hello. 54 All right, man, got to hear you twice tonight. Dang it. All right, I hope to stay home, and if I go anywhere, it's not going to be too far away. That's my plan. Yeah, the ditches are empty, and the ditch bank, they're nice and flat, too, right now.
Yeah, man. Tell your wife I said Happy New Year, and you guys be safe.
All right, Dean, thanks. All right, anybody else out there late, missed, or somebody wants to be added? Does anybody have any items of interest for the net? Go ahead and bring them up now. All right, well, hearing none, we'll shut her down at 8:24 p.m. And heck, we'll just hang out here, and I'll grab another beer and we'll chit-chat. Thanks, everybody, for checking in tonight, and good to hear everybody, and wish everybody a Happy New Year's, and stay safe out there, and hope next year is even better. 7th.
Thanks for doing the net, Ron.
You betcha. So what time does DX come on tomorrow?
That's like asking what time they're turning on the waterfalls in Yosemite.
Well, it's probably been starting around 9.
A little earlier.
Yeah, it's weird. I know some of the guys are saying earlier in the year or the mid of the year, they said 6 o'clock, man, European stations were coming in.
Yeah, I was getting them probably around 6:45 to 7 is when I heard the first one this morning.
Oh, wow. Be darn. That's pretty good. So you're just out there hitting it and quitting it early.
Oh, yeah.
Or did you stay with it all day, or?
No, I was on the radio a few times today, but I got some outside time today, so it's kind of nice. Yeah, a lot of back east, really strong, after 9 o'clock. But the European stations in the UK and whatnot was, I would say, definitely 7:45 to 9:15, 9:30.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that was cracking. I'm sure 10 and 12 were open. Oh, it's pretty good.
It was pretty good this afternoon with Australia in there.
You know, I thought we were going to get Australia tonight because I came out here, I think I had it on by 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I heard some Aussies coming in.
I was out there about 2 o'clock on 10. Heard 3 different Aussie stations in there, one New Zealand.
Yeah, some people are get kind of excited. I know some guys over on the coast that talk on 2-meter on this one repeater, Salinas Valley repeater. One guy said, I'm getting a new radio because he's been out of the HF because of the, the cycle and all that, and it hasn't been anything. So he just went out and bought him a new radio just for this cycle of DX that we have coming through.
Earlier this week, Argentina and Brazil were in pretty good, and a lot of Australia in and out, New Zealand also, but it's scattered. That's mostly in the afternoon, though.
Yeah. I know I go through all the bands and see what's happening on 20 meter and all that. 20 meter is pretty good band to check out.
I've been having more success on 12. Of course, my antenna won't tune 20 for some reason. It just doesn't like it.
Really? I'll be darned. Yeah, these Antrons and IMAXs, they tune to quite a bit of those bands, 10, 12, 15, 17, and 20. And yeah, the rest of them, they won't tune to them. 6 meter, nah, not so much, but you can still hear stuff.
Yeah. Well, my antenna works 10 through 17 really well, and I get about 5 to 7 SWR. Not very good.
No, that's not so good.
I'm running that serial Gainmaster 5/8 wave. It works real well on those other bands. Extremely well. 12 was about my best.
Yeah, I kind of like 12. It's kind of so short of a band, 24.930 to 24.990, I think it is, and nice and short.
Yeah, I get a lot of overseas stuff there.
Yeah, and a lot of times those contests, they won't be on those bands.
Yeah, they seem to stay off of 12. I got the Philippines this week for the first time in a long time on 12. And pretty good station there.
Yeah, signals they're up there. You can hear really good. I used to just kind of like search out the weak ones, and heck, they weren't such a, they were just kind of regular South America. Like, well, I thought it'd be something different, but I should have researched the call sign. Maybe punched it in there to see where they were at.
Yeah, I've been making contacts a lot easier. I raised my antenna about another 10 feet, and it helped me out in the DX quite a bit.
Yeah, did you hang any wire antenna off of it or anything for some of the other HF bands?
Not yet. I got a D5R I got to put up, but I think I'm going to go inverted V on that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have pretty good luck with that wire antenna I got hanging off the tower. The end should be a little bit more off up in the air, but I don't know, they come down to about 6 foot, 10 foot. But man, if I had them up higher, that might make it a little bit more of a difference. But I don't know, I kind of like the West Coast talking around here, listen to that 40 meter swap net on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, how high is your drive-in?
So the Ballon is up there at 60 foot, or just under 60 foot, And then I got the ends, strung out to each side, so, probably not the way it's supposed to be, but it works. If I get some taller poles. It's just an 80-meter off-center fed dipole with like a 4-to-1 balance.
It ought to do really good up there at 60 feet. I would think that would be pretty close to optimum.
Yeah, I like to tie the ends up a little bit higher, get them a little bit higher.
Yeah, a lot of guys are running, on the lower end about 6 to 12 feet, I think.
Yeah, it just kind of bugs me. I go, man, if I got that up if I could get it up like 30 foot, 40 foot, I wonder how much better if it would make it better, or if there'd be some kind of a difference.
Probably be a little flatter. A little more horizontal, I would imagine.
Yeah. That antenna, man, it tunes 15, 17, 20. Even did it on 60 and then 80, but 40 is really good. 40 and 80 is really good on it. 160 is no good.
Pretty hard to get a wire to tune top to bottom with no problem. I mean, some guys are really lucky, and most everybody else struggles on the upper end.
Yeah, I think that 160, what do you need? 275 foot of wire or something?
Yeah, I think so. And then they don't tune down low very well.
Yeah, I think somebody they said they do a big old loop around the place, and that seems to work good. But I don't know if I want a bunch of poles sticking up everywhere. But then again, if you've seen what it looked like out here, outside of my garage, you kind of get a chuckle out of that. Got a vineyard disc with a beam on it, and I got a bunch of fence posts, the aluminum fencing, the posts pounded into the ground with the antenna slipped over them.
Yeah, mine's gonna look like that pretty soon. I got that G5R enhanced, the one that's computer designed, and I think it's 87 feet. It's a little shorter than the rest of them, but it tunes really well.
You have to have those ground wires in the ground?
No, it's a center-fed dipole.
Oh, okay.
I got to get it up. I haven't had it up since I moved.
Oh, yeah, man. Get that up and see what's out there.
Yeah, I'd like to work 40. There's a lot of nets on 40.
Yeah, 40, 80, what's that one? 39.52. That one is fast, like 7 days a week, man. And I heard a couple guys here check in here. They're on it. One of them used to be net control for, I don't know if it was an early monitor or late or what, but yeah, it's kind of neat, man.
Yeah, I haven't worked 80 yet. My other tuner wouldn't tune it, and I think this radio will.
I don't think my 7300 tunes as good as the Kenwood 570. That tuned a lot of stuff.
When I was running that quarter wave stereo, I could tune 20 on this 710. It's got a hell of a tuner in it.
Yeah, some radios do, and I don't know, some are just a little bit lacking, but, well, kind of want to make your antennas resonant anyway, but, it's kind of hard to get 10 different antennas up.
Oh, yeah. Well, I got almost 3 acres to play with out here, and half of it's in horse pens, so I can't run any wires out through there, or somebody will get zapped.
Oh, get you some of that poles and stand them up in the corners of the corral. Put them up kind of high.
Make a big loop.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're thinking.
Yeah, I thought about that.
Maybe get you an external tuner, maybe.
Yeah, I like to go try out an old school tuner, you know, something that's not automatic.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, well, I'm going to see if anybody else wants to get in there, and I'm going to go pop my head inside the house here and see why it's so quiet in there. Somebody must have bought something that they don't want me to see.
Copy that. Well, my granddaughter showed up, and she probably has something to tell me that I need to know.
All right. Hey, good talking to you, Pat. And, yep, we'll be back out here in a bit.
Okay, Ron. 7 trees. Hey, if I don't talk to you sooner, Happy New Year.
All right, yep. Right back at you, and maybe I'll catch you out there on 12 or something. Probably be sitting out in the garage with the races on. They start like 9 in the morning till 10 at night.
Sounds good. We'll catch you later.
See ya. right, I'm back. All right, what's on TV that's so good that I'm missing out on?
I don't know. My TV's not on.
Yeah, I just got one screen on racing and the other one on CHP, and, well, let's see, your area is clear. Yeah, closest thing I got is I-5 and Laston. It's way out there.
Copy that. Well, I tell you, last week was sure busy up here. There's a lot of wrecks, but been pretty quiet the last few days.
Yeah, I've seen that. You guys had a couple of them going on. I think one was just a traffic hazard. Well, there's somebody hit a deer tonight, so I don't know. They called for the ambulance on that one.
Ooh, maybe it come through the windshield.
Yeah, because I don't think the deer needed one.
Yeah, probably not.
Does Fish and Game come out on them calls and take the deer away, and then they, like, well, I don't know, you see on those state game warden shows on TV where the Fish and Game come out, and then they'll take it somewhere, and then they go ahead and butcher it and give it to families that need the meat.
Yeah, I don't think they do that here. I mean, they're definitely supposed to pick them up, but that doesn't happen all too often.
Yeah, I didn't think our Fish and Game were like the ones on the TV show.
Yep. But if I hit one, I pick it up.
You take it home and butcher it, or you just get it off and out of the way?
Well, if it's salvageable, I definitely butcher it. Done it a few times.
Oh, yeah, we're still out here.
That's Mr. Roger. We were talking about the movie Frequency earlier with Kevin Costner. There's also a pilot called Frequency where it's a lady cop that talks to her dead dad.
Two different deals there, huh? And they both have something to do with the radio?
Yeah, 10-4. I thought I was going to go in here and watch Frequency, but you got to rent it, but you can watch the pilot. I don't know if it's set up for a mini-series or a series or what.
Oh, yeah, I can't get into the series. I don't know. Then I feel that I have to watch it all the time. I know that's what you're supposed to do, but yeah, I quit doing that.
Yeah, I'm the same way. My wife has probably 20 different ones she watches. So I stay in here on the radio.
Yeah, I've seen just about enough Hallmark Christmas stuff already that, oh God, it's like, okay, I could go outside and listen to it now to talk or something.
Hey, Tim, but I just wanted to pass the info along. I thought it was kind of odd.
All right, appreciate it.
You'll have a good one. Cluck, cluck.
All right. I like to watch Alf because the people Alf was living with, that guy's into ham radio. And what's the other one, that Tim Allen one? That Tim Allen show, what the heck? Can't remember what it's called, but he's got a big ham radio station there, too.
Wilson?
No, not Wilson. It's the newer one where, you know, I forget what it goes by. He works at like a sporting goods store.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
So they've shown a ham radio set up at the house and at the store. So I thought, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the one you have in the store myself.
Yeah, I had a better picture of that one.
But I think Wilson also had a ham radio in his first show.
Oh, you think so? Oh, I have to check that out.
Yeah, it'll give me something to Google anyway.
Yeah, they had like an event station, but it was, I think they had it set up at the studio where they make the film or whatever, the sitcom. And he didn't get on it. He is a licensed radio operator, but somebody else that, I don't know if it's a set director or what, they have a license. I think it was a girl. It was a husband and wife. Made contact with one of them, but I don't know, I never outlined it. I don't even know what to look for on my logbook. Go ahead, Bel Air. All right, you're officially checked in, and you made it. We got 29 official check-in. All right, Bob, and I think Joe 603, he was looking out for you. He got you proxied in. All right, 7-3.
Have a good one, Bob. Mr. Rogers leaving in. Hey, 10-4, I heard you here earlier today. I figured you just forgot about it or running late. Okay, 10-4, you have a good one. I want to shuttle off to bed, I guess. Cluck, cluck.
Last man standing. That's the Tim Allen one. Thanks, Dennis. Cluck, cluck. I drive a dead chicken truck.
You're the second person that's known what that means.
Out here at Baker Commodity, yeah. All the dead guts, the offal, and all the chicken parts from Cherry and North Avenue to Livingston.
Yeah, I work for Caltrans. We got all kinds of good stuff laying on the highway.
Yeah, you've probably been out on a couple of my spills. I've had some spills, but you know what? Not out on the highway. On the other roads, like Jensen Avenue especially.
Yeah, the render's been up of 41 out toward Greenville area. God, that place stunk. Every time they made their left-hand turn, all it gets to go across the highway.
Yep, that'd be us.
I don't know how folks can do that and get it off of them at night, I guess.
Oh, man, that stuff starts sloshing, and it comes right out the back over the top. And that time, we can't see that, but definitely see it when it passes us up. right, take care, Mr. Rogers.
Right, back.
Well, if them guts are slopping on the corner, it'd probably be a good place to coyote hunt.
You know, out there where we're at, I very seldom see coyotes. But oh my gosh, it is, you talk about cats everywhere. There must be 100+ cats out there. Wild, mangy, disease-infested. Ugh.
That's terrible. Nasty-ass cats.
Every once in a while we get some dogs that'll come in there and they'll grab them like a big old cow bone, like a big cow leg or something. Boy, they think they got something, man. They go running off. I mean, you just tell, like, I got something good, man, and they go taking off.
Yep, that's a big old trophy for them. Then they go home and roll in it.
Yeah, usually the cow bones that they get, they're fresh, you know, right from the plant and to our plant, and they grab them and they'll take off. I never see them get anything that, you know, is like off of a dead cow. These are all processed, you know, and they grab that nothing but bone.
Copy that. That's cool. Definitely a treat for them.
Yeah, the cats, they start out looking okay, and then after a while of being out there, I don't know what they get into, but they just get looking nasty and looking bad.
Yeah, there's a few of those around here that live down over the hill. They need to eat some lead.
Yeah, feral cats. I don't know. I think they're all inbred. I think that's what happens. They get all inbred and they get too diseased.
Exactly. Pretty quiet out there tonight. You know, I was up on I don't know what meter it is, 10 meters, 12 meters, or what, but it was like 28.525 or 505 or something like that, and I heard like UK at like 10 o'clock at night, pretty strong, where I would never hear that on 11 meters.
Yeah, that's a 10-meter band, 28. For voice, it starts out at 28,300 on up. And then you could probably, if it's really coming in strong, you could probably get up like at 2,900. And there should be some good AM stations up there. And then from 2,900 on to like 29.7, they'll we'll say 200 or 100. They'll go 29,100 to say 29,700, and that should be all FM. You'll get FM repeaters, and you'll get guys just talking FM, you know, radio to radio simplex. So it's kind of neat. They got repeaters, different states, and you could get into them, you know.
Copy that. So were they on, what I was hearing, were they using repeaters, or was that just straight radio to radio?
29 or 28.5, it was just sideband, so you're probably on upper sideband. So
Yeah, that's just all radio to radio.
Copy that. Yeah, I think it was Wednesday. Also, maybe a little bit before that, I heard some kind of check-in net and a lot of Morse code also in the same frequency range area.
Yeah, Wednesday night net, yeah, at 8 o'clock on 28445. I ran that one a couple weeks ago, so I think we got, who come up? Dwayne comes up and then me for Wednesday night check-in at 8 o'clock there on 28445. And, yeah, there's kinds of different stuff there. The Morse code is below 28300. I forget where it starts out at, but I think the local one is 28140, I believe, for local CW check-in Morse code.
Huh. Copy that. Yeah, I was just kind of spinning that knob going up high and ran across it. Thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, you could probably set that 7300 up with some way of setting that up. You could read the Morse code.
Huh. Interesting.
You'd have to hook it up to a computer.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, the 7300 will send CW, but it won't decode it. So if you want to decode it, you got to pipe the audio into a computer and then run software on the computer. It's possible, but the radio won't do it itself.
Oh, he's got to have a computer involved, so that leaves me out.
We'll make it real easy for you, Ron. We'll get you an easy button.
Yeah, I went in there. What was that? Is that Office Depot? I went in that one in Fresno. They were out.
They used to, when they were running that commercial campaign, you used to be able to get those, and you'd slap them, and it would just say, that was easy.
My wife came home with one of them favorite brands you like, the Apple. So we've got an Apple iPad.
Well, I don't like their computers. I like their devices. I have an iPad and an iPhone, and that's it. I mean, they make nice computers and all, but I don't like their operating system, and I don't like how you can't work on their stuff because everything's soldered to the motherboard and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, I don't know why my wife likes them, but I don't even touch hers anymore. She likes, I guess, to do the videos, the movie, CD, whatever. But it's kind of hard. She knows probably a little bit more about computers than me. I mean, we're just talking a little teeny bit more, so it's not really much. But the computer from school, the laptop, it's not the Apple one. So it's like, oh God, how do you do that back and forth? She goes, oh, I have help. Somebody helps me.
But yeah, going back to listening to 10 Meters, and band's been open last couple months, so yeah, take a spin up there. There's always stuff to listen to.
I'm going to have to go up there more often and listen in the evening time. But, hey, I got to jump out for a bit, so if you guys are still out there, I'll catch back up. If not, man, have a good evening.
All right, yeah, I'll be out here for a while. I got the race on, and I don't need to listen to them talk, so as long as they got a scoreboard and tell me who's who out there.
Roger on that. All right, I'll catch you guys in a bit.
All right.
Are they making left turns, or are they making left and right turns?
Well, you see here in the world of dirt car racing, you have to turn right to make it go left.
I believe Lightning McQueen learned how to do that.
Now, maybe if you're driving an asphalt car, then I would say, yeah, you want to go left, you turn left. But, yeah, you got to pitch it in there. You got to throw it in the turn and be turning it right. So, yeah, I like the dirt better. I don't know.
Probably a little bit more exciting without all that traction.
Yeah, that too. They always say, you know, pavements to get to the race and dirt's for racing.
So you enjoy your day off / treadmill?
Yeah, they gave me an ultrasound, and I go, oh, I see the baby kicking. And they go, no, that's not what that is. So, yeah, darn, I thought I was going to have a little one there. But, so I did that, and got up on that old treadmill and did that. They go, okay, hurry up, come to the room. Got to check you out again on the ultrasound. I go, is it kicking now? No, that's not the baby. I go, all right. Did all that. They said, okay, go back in the waiting room. We'll call you in. They went out, called me in. I go, all right. They go, okay, we just need to go over some of your medicine you were taking. I go, oh, okay. All right, go back out the waiting room and the doctor will see you when he can. And it was like, oh, my God, everybody in that office, there was 8 people ahead of me to see him. I go, oh, my God. I go, hey, I'll see the nurse instead of him. I don't care. He's not going to tell me nothing.
Well, sounds like they gave you the runaround. And did you see Dennis's comment in the chat?
About to the Tim Allen deal.
No, he's got another one. Ron, I think I heard Todd TVZ calling you over. Oh, Todd.
Oh, Victor Charlie Zulu.
Oh, yeah, that should be Victor Charlie Zulu.
Maybe I'll holler for him tomorrow and see if he's out there.
Yeah, I worked a little bit of FT8 this morning, and then I talked to a guy in Illinois for a couple minutes, and that was about it. I mean, I heard some people out there, heard some people I've worked before. A little bit of Japan coming in. I mean, the band's definitely been open stateside, but nothing too exciting.
I don't know what's exciting anymore. North Korea? I should talk to them, but talk to South Korea and forget who else I got on the old board, the old leaderboard of who's who out there.
Well, if I remember correctly, and I have to go find the list. There is an official list. Hold on. And North Korea is number 1 as the most difficult DXCC entity to contact.
Imagine that. Can't talk to Bin Laden anymore. He's gone.
Yeah. So, North Korea is number 1. Number 2 is Scarborough Reef, which I believe is a bunch of rocks out in the Pacific. Sandflick Island, don't know where that is. Parteris Island, Cure Island, Johnson Island. It's mostly a bunch of islands. Midway, because that's controlled by the military. There's Turkmenistan, Ministan. Can't pronounce any of these, but yeah. No, out of the with the entire list here, I think they actually have the entire list. There's 340 entities on the list, and so if North Korea is number one, what is 340th?
340. Fresno?
No, it's just the United States. So we're the least sought after DX entity in the world because we have so many freaking hams here.
My coolest contact was a ship in the Mediterranean Sea.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I worked there was a guy, he was down in the Caribbean or whatever on like a Carnival cruise ship, and he was working people, and I'm like, man, this guy's wife must love taking him on a cruise, and then he just wants to play on the radio the whole time.
That's funny, but cool.
But yeah, and then the other fun one is there's this guy, I've worked him twice on 10 meters, and he's a commercial airline pilot, and when the airplane is on autopilot, he will work people with his 400-watt transmitter in the airplane, in the commercial aircraft. And the last time I worked him, he was flying over California at 40,000 feet, and he was coming in at 40 over.
Man, that would be pretty awesome to be able to talk to him, and yet to be able to do that. That's quite the antenna.
Yeah, it's apparently the vertical stabilizer on the Boeing aircraft is the antenna, and then the fact that he's so high up. Yeah, apparently this guy only ever works people from the airplane, because if you pull up his QRZ page, it just basically says, congratulations, I only work people from the airplane, so you got an aeronautical mobile. So yeah, I've gotten him twice on 10 meters. The first time he was over the middle of the country, and so I kind of had to work at it, but this last time he was coming in 40 over, and he gave me a really good report because he was essentially flying over my backyard.
That's pretty awesome. So what got me hooked on radio, other than my dad having one in his truck when I was really young, I'd sit in his truck and play with the radio while he was in the bar drinking. No, I was in Huntington Lake, and I picked up a realistic walkie-talkie type handheld CB, pulled that 48-inch telescopic antenna out, and talked to a guy in Arkansas, Hawkeye in Arkansas, on Channel 24. I'll never forget it. What a shame. All right, my shower room is open, so I am stepping away so I can take my shower and get some apple pie and be back. No, I don't think the kids would like that. Dad! All right, I'll catch you guys later on.
All right, see ya. Yeah, that, we'll see about that. Yeah, I caught some of it, you know. Oh, it was, yeah, I've seen that happen before, but I think it was unexpected this time. That's pretty bad. Ooh, boy. That's bad. Yeah, I think Aptos, I think the water got up in there and then down by the lighthouse. I think it was up really high there. I know my wife, their family, they're all into that area because they got a cabin, but it's in Paradise Park. It's in the Redwoods. But they have a river that goes through it, so yeah, it washes stuff up. Woo, look at that wave in Ventura.
Yeah, apparently the National Weather Service was telling people to stay away from the beach, and what did everybody do? Go to the beach and look at the big waves.
Yeah, they actually went onto the beach. Yeah, real smart.
Well, and there are people out there surfing, which of course there are always people out there surfing when there's crazy waves coming through. But yeah, no, it's kind of like the people, you know, when they had that tsunami in Indonesia years ago. And what did everybody do? Go look at the water going out and go catching fish, and then they all got taken out by the tsunami.
Yeah, there's people there running for it.
Yeah, there's one guy that ran like a block in, and the street was just flooded with salt water. And that's why I don't live by the ocean.
Yeah, my mom and dad, they lost my brother's car out there going across the creek, like at midnight. They picked up my mom's nephew, or my cousin, picked him up out of the jail because he got a drunk driving out on the beach. Took them back down there, and my dad, they were driving a Honda Acura or something like that. Yeah, it was my brother's car. My brother says, "Oh, just take my car," because he didn't want to get up and move it because there was cars parked in front of my dad's pickup or whatever. So he says, "Okay," so he took his car, and it died out in the creek, and they had to get out, and purses and stuff got wet, and the car was totaled because water got up in everything it's not supposed to and fried that computer.
Yeah, I've only ever driven out there in my Jeep when I had my Jeep and the river wasn't running. I'm not going to drive out there with my current car because I don't want to get stuck.
And that beach, it is more tore up than, I mean, oh my gosh, it tear it up. I used to be able to go down there in my day, high school days, and well, out of high school, I liked the lowered pickups, and that's what I had. And I would drive my lowered pickup out there, pulling a trailer with either a three-wheeler on it or a dune buggy, and I never got stuck. So the beach has changed quite a bit.
Yeah, it also depends on where the tide is, but yeah, no, when the creek is running and people are going out there in their little Hondas, I just shake my head.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it now. I like to go out. I'll take my pickup. I could get stuck in my four-wheel drive pickup. I have to air down every time I go out there. I don't know, just because it's a three-quarter ton or what, but I always have to air down. I hate airing down because, dumb air compression takes too long to pump them up, and I'm impatient. So I like to go down there and park and get my chair out, have a nice beer or two, and I just like to count all the money. Well, that pickup's got to be at least $60,000. That trailer's, I know that's $100,000. I just sit there and, whoop, you know. Now we're up to a couple million. Just drove by us in less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, some people put a lot of money into their toys. I just keep telling myself all of that is on loans and all of it is debt.
Yeah, my neighbor, he just sold a sand car. So a sand car, it might as well be a car. They're like $125,000 sand car. You know, they got the Corvette motor and they seat 5, and everybody's got their helmet with their radios in it, and oh yeah, it's really neat. The suspension package is probably over $50,000. So I mean, it's just like, wow, that's a lot of money to use 3 times a year.
Yep, and then you have to insure it, and then you have to store it, and then you got to pay tags on it.
It's like RVs. If you have an RV and you keep it outside here, it just deteriorates so fast. I mean, mine, I got my use out of mine. I lived in it for almost 2 years while they were building my house, but, oh man, it deteriorated so fast. It's like a, $60,000 trailer. I was lucky to get $7,000 out of it, so just, they don't hold their value. But, if you keep them inside of a shop when you're not using them, well, yeah, they look good.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a picture of my my Jeep on the beach. I know specifically which one I want, but of course I can't remember when I took it.
I have a framed picture of my sand rail with me in it hitting my brother head on in his newer pickup.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed in the search feature on here. So, because sometimes you can put, because it like analyzes my photos and puts, you can put like keywords in, but a lot of times it just does not understand what I'm trying to tell it.
I'm too lazy to type out a text message. I speak, but I usually look it over to make sure it makes somewhat sense. And, oh gosh, sometimes it's just like, what the heck? I didn't say any of that. I mean, I shut the radios off and everything when I do it.
Okay, well here's a picture. Let me send this to you. So this is a picture of my Jeep on Pismo Beach. And if you zoom in, you can see the antennas. There's 3 of them on there. Man, I took these almost 12 years ago. Jeez.
Your totes in the back.
Yeah, so amazingly, I gave those still exist. I gave them to my sister and brother-in-law, and they actually used them at Thanksgiving. And I was like, oh, hey, look, my totes are still being used. So those are like truck bed boxes I got at Walmart, and then I got that hitch rack and bolted them on there, and it gave me some good storage because those stupid 2-door Wranglers have like no room to store anything.
Wow. And did you get my picture? I just come up that hill, and on the right side of the sandrail you'll see another little flag in it, and that's somebody on a motorcycle. I almost got a 2-for-1 deal, but he was supposed to be waving me off if somebody was coming down the hill, and he thought it'd be cute not to wave anybody off and watch him crash. And then the person who took the picture, well, she wasn't in the sandrail at the time she was taking the picture, and that is my brother's pickup. And, yep, that was a live shot there.
Yeah, that's so who's at fault there when you report that to insurance?
According to my dad, we were both stupid idiots.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
We didn't report that one. The one guy in the white shirt in the pickup worked for Michael Chevrolet. He got a fender and a bumper mount, and everything else was kind of fixed it ourselves. Had somebody's body shop paint the fender, and I think for $550 we got it all fixed.
That's not too bad. Now they would just total the car.
Yeah, it was a lot scarier because that is where I landed. So I actually was in the air from coming up that hill. I was airborne, and I was like wanting to hit the brakes in the air because all I could see, I thought I was going to go through the windshield.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be good. It'd be like hitting a deer. So let's see. So is Larry still running his stream, or did he shut it off?
I don't know. I didn't check his out. I forget how you find his 785 Larry Ditchbank Sideband net.
Yeah, I've seen his channel before. His channel is a lot harder to find.
And my buddy, he did it too. But, you know, when he could talk. I believe, he could talk. And, you know, I think his worked just like yours.
I think I found his because he's got stuff that's still up on YouTube from like 2 years ago.
Yeah. I think his was maybe had a Moonraker 4, picture of Moonraker 4 antenna, something like that. And then I think he changed it to maybe he just showed the stream, picture of the stream or something. Yeah, it sounded good and everything. It worked really good. Well, sometimes the internet would knock him off, so I don't know if it was because he was out in his shop in his radio room, and, you know, the internet was in the house, and he had extenders or something, or I don't know, maybe it could have been that, or back then maybe the phone, well, not the phone, but the Sebastian internet was probably worse than it is now.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, the advantage I have is I am on fiber and my computer is not using Wi-Fi. It's hardwired into my network.
Yeah, see, I drilled a hole through the wall up high into the office, and I put that router box up high, so I ran it over to, that was for the computer for the repeater though, but I don't know, my laptop, it's pretty good out here.
Yep, I found Larry's. Yeah, he only streamed for 30 minutes. Now, and he's running that off of Linux. Interesting.
Is that tile or is that tablecloth?
No, it's just an operating system. When he started to stream, I could see his desktop there, but yeah, I think he's running his off of one of those like $30 SDRs. It's the same SDR that I have.
Are you talking about me?
Yes, we are. You're running your stream off of that $30 SDR, right?
That is correct. I just turned up my volume just now.
Yeah, see what happens. Yeah, mine's still going here. I've been streaming for an hour and 48 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I tend to kind of leave it running, and then half the time Ron and I end up on like 2 meters, and then I just leave it going, so that way if any of the guys that aren't licensed can continue to listen.
Now, is it being recorded too?
Yeah, no, it will. When I stop the stream, it stays up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not recording it locally to my computer, but I let YouTube DVR it essentially, and then it just stays up there.
Right.
Radio. Aaron, are you on 365 even right now?
Yes, sir, I am.
As am I.
I'm on whatever frequency the stream says.
All right, say something again.
Sizzling sausages. What's the rest of it? Your 10 pounds, good modulation on the west side.
Orange furniture, sizzling sausage, boom, boom, boom. All right, maybe my receiver's drifting. I've got you like 364, 985 somewhere in there.
Yeah, Dennis, you're off from me.
Yeah. Because I'm at 985, so I'm going to go back up to 9. I'm going to go back to even.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't say it on this radio, but on my other radio, I have it GPS referenced locked. So on 2 meter, 70 centimeter, and 23 centimeter, if people tell me I'm off frequency, I can tell them they're wrong.
Yeah, I'm just tuning you. You sound better because I can hear your low frequency note. I get rid of your low frequency note at about 88.
Hey, I have a SDR. It says SDR-1 receiver. Electronics is fun. I think it's made by Benchman Lab. Anyway, I have one of them.
But it's just sitting there not doing anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm trying to I'm trying to decide whether I want to buy the Radio Berry.
Well, it says radio in the title. You should obviously buy it.
Obvious. How can I not?
But yeah, Dennis, as far as I can tell, this radio, I've never had to muck with the calibration on it, but it's pretty good when I use it on the other bands. So I wouldn't say I'm exactly on, but I'm pretty certain that this one is pretty well calibrated. And then, as I said, my other radio, I have it GPS reference locked so that it is on frequency without a doubt. But yeah, typically these newer HF rigs don't tend to drift very much, especially on HF.
No, I agree. That's why this is modified for 27. I'm just wondering if I'm off. That's why I say, because I put the headphones on, so I'm critically can hear. I know your voice. I can tune to it, and it's like there's something. I got to go off a little bit, but that could be me here. But I have you right about somewhere in there, over.
Yes, I am also wearing the headphoniums, but that is also so that people can tell rude jokes and the wife doesn't have to listen.
There once was a man in Nantucket.
Uh-oh.
And then it goes downhill from there.
Exactly.
So I'm curious to see when the rain is supposed to be here. I was going to go pull the radar up real quick.
Go out to the radar dome.
Well, it's raining in Salinas and Hollister, and it's starting to rain in Modesto, but of course we're not going to see it here for a bit because it's doing that thing where it's moving north faster than it's moving to the east.
Boy, it's moving slow.
Yeah, considering how many waves that they had over on the coast, yeah, it's actually kind of, yeah, it's just kind of just petering along. Yeah, we'll see how wet it is in the morning. I need to go up on the roof sometime this weekend. Doesn't have to be tomorrow morning.
Gotta fix the 1.2.
Yeah, I need to figure out if it's the antenna or the coax or my shoddy job at putting connectors on the coax. I don't know. We'll find out.
What is it, a beam or an Omni?
It's a beam. I already have a Omni vertical. My main vertical antenna is a tri-bander for 2.70 and 1.2. But I installed a shorty beam with some LMR 600 and basically pointed it at 24 degrees so that I can basically get a direct shot up to some of the guys that I talked to on 1.2. So it is not on a rotor.
I have a 1.2 Omni vertical that's rated 12 dB gain.
Do you have a radio for 1.2?
No. oh, wait. Yes, I do. But it only receives.
You want to see if you can hear me?
Well, unfortunately, I don't have the antenna actually out there.
Okay, that's what I figured. But yeah, there's a couple repeaters that I can kind of hit. It's very hit or miss, and then so for the most part I only get on 1.2 for sideband, and I can only do 10 watts. And I'm vertical, and everybody else is horizontal, so it's just enough to check into the bozo net. But that's why I put the beam up and pointed it towards K6NYC's house, and he's the net controller for the bozo net. So at least I'll have a good signal to him.
Yeah. I have a 440 and 2 meter sideband radio, but I just haven't been able to put up the antennas for it due to restrictions.
Yes. Yeah, I have horizontal loops for 6 meters, 2 meters, 70 centimeters, and then now with this beam for 1.2, I have 4 bands horizontal. And I don't think I'll do 220 anytime soon. If I ever did 220, I'd probably do it with a transverter, and I don't feel like spending $800 on a transverter for 220.
Oh, I've got a couple of 220 radios, just no antenna setup.
Well, see, my problem is I need something that I can remote control from the closet, and so that kind of negates all the 220 rigs that are out there. And so the best solution would be to just use the radio I already have and I'm already remote controlling and just put a 2 meter to 220 transverter on it and then just go that route, which is what a lot of guys do. They just use their 2 meter sideband rigs to drive a transverter.
There's this one old radio that's, I think it's made by ICOM. I think it's the 275H, and that radio still sells for like $1,500. John M.I., I think he had the whole set of them. Yeah, I had a 160 watt amp, 2-meter amp, and I sold it because I needed the money.
Oh yeah, totally understand that. But yeah, I mean, you know, a 2-meter hole loop doesn't take up a lot of room. You'd be able to hide that somewhere.
Yeah, but my landlord, he's real stickler about, you know, antennas, new antennas set up. But thinking about building something for 440, something I can, like, set up at night and take it down during the day.
Yes. Oh, yeah, and your radio's doing that thing again where it's producing a carrier and then it's putting stuff on the upper side.
Oh, he's on upper sideband. I can hear him perfectly.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he's on both sidebands simultaneously.
Exactly, yeah.
But what radio are you on? Are you on a tram?
So what you want to do is, if what you can do is you listen to me with your SDR using the raw IQ mode.
That's like stereo, huh?
Yeah. And then I will be twice as loud as the other stations.
Well, hold on. Let me see here. If I guess if I put you into AM mode and then just opened it up all the way. Hold on here. Let's see what this does.
It's still gonna sound like sideband.
Yeah, that makes it sound really goofy.
Now, when I talk, am I going like from your left to right speaker, like like warbling?
No, so I'm pretty certain that the feed I have coming from this rig is mono.
Oh, wait, you're streaming live, aren't you?
Yes, sir, I am.
Yeah, Larry, we have a picture of your shenanigans over.
Yeah, we can see it on the Spectrum scope.
Where do I tune?
YouTube, punch in my call sign.
Oh, there it is. Oh, there. Hello.
Yeah, and I've gotten the delay down to it should only be like 4 or 5 seconds, and I could hear it coming back through your through your audio.
What? Well, you're using the actual program on the 7300.
Well, this is a third-party software. I do have the actual ICOM software on my computer, but I leave that dedicated to the 9700. The ICOM software can only talk to one radio at a time, so I use the ICOM software on the 9700 and then this free software on the 7300, but it's all being routed through ICOM's remote control utility. So that's how I all my audio routes in and out through my computer.
Okay. So you're going through the built-in SDR in the radio.
Yeah. So you're getting a direct feed out of what the radio is producing, and my only connection to the radio on my computer is the USB port on the rig. So all my audio and all the control and the spectrum scope all comes through the USB port.
Okay.
But yes, as Dennis said, when you transmit, we can see the shenanigans on the screen in real time.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to transmit those happy faces.
We could be really goofy and switch to FM. Apparently, you can do that here now.
You can.
Oh, yeah.
Ron, are you still here? Weren't you guys doing that for a while, switching to FM?
Yes, we were. We did do that for a while, and the furthest check-in, we had Dirt Dog Audio there from Sangertown on the President Randy handheld CB radio with FM. So we were able to hear him. Of course, he was hooking into a base antenna.
He wasn't just sitting on top of his roof?
No, a youngster, a young kid there, and he would hook into Dad's antenna, the base antenna, so that was pretty cool.
He wasn't Bicycle Mobile?
No, siree. No, he wasn't Larry Mobile or who was the other guy out here, Can Man. Nope, no Bicycle Mobile. And maybe it wasn't Can Man. There's somebody else out in Kermit that was Bicycle Mobile sometimes.
Yeah, I still need to go camp out on Dennis's front lawn and check into OTR.
Here's 60 over, old man.
I know I did that to you once from my Jeep, but I figure now I need to go set up my buddy stick on your front lawn. Or go hang out in the park around the corner.
There you go, Parks on the Air. You know, that is a park. That is an actual park. Registered, though.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed that our nearest park that qualifies for POTA is Millerton.
And somebody's going to go there pretty soon. I forget who it was. I was scanning the band, and I heard somebody talking about their, I don't know if it was a club deal or what, but they were going to go there.
What about Woodward?
Only state and federal parks qualify, and national trails. So no city or county parks.
What about Atascadero? Isn't that a park?
The whole city of Atascadero?
No, the place where they put you in the padded room.
But yeah, so Dennis, you either have to go to Yosemite, Kings Canyon, Sequoia, Millerton. You can also go to Allensworth down there by Corcoran. And then there's a couple of state parks over by Pacheco Pass, going over San Luis Reservoir. There's a couple spots back in there, and then you can also go to the the federal wetlands over there by Los Banos. So there's a couple things, but nothing in town. And so far, I have activated 3 parks: National Park, Millerton, and a beach.
beach counts as a park?
Because it was an officially marked state beach, yes. When I was in Morro Bay the other week, taking the kids to the aquarium, I realized that our hotel was a 5-minute walk away from a state beach, and so I went out there and hung out in the parking lot in the middle of the night and made 11 contacts.
Oh, okay. I guess it's got to be a state thing, and then they give them... So that means they're assigned a number, right?
That is correct.
And I guess that's because a number's easy to look up rather than I'm at something state park, and you're trying to spell it, phonetically and all that.
Correct. So the lower numbers is all the national parks. So like Kings Canyon's like 46 or something like that. So anytime you get like a 2-digit park number, that's usually the national parks, and then the 4-digit numbers is all the various state parks and trails and other nonsense.
So is in New York, is Central Park actually a park?
That would be a city park. So I don't think that would count, but unless it's got a state designator.
Okay.
And now you have me pulling up the POTA website to check. I'm pretty certain the Statue of Liberty would count.
That's got to be some big national thing.
The question is, can we tune the monument and not have to bring our own antenna?
That would be something, the Eiffel Tower. I'm trying to see, I must be pretty weak there. I can barely see myself on your scope.
Yeah, I can, here, I can fix that for you.
Oh, and don't mess things up. Oh, I see. I saw the little lever go up. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, you can't see my I have OBS set to hide my mouse, but yes, I can move the levers and change the knobs.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna see what I want to see anyway. Hello. See if I'm moving. Yeah, see if it's I can stop moving a little bit. Okay.
So Central Park is not on the list, but the Theodore Roosevelt Birthplace National Historic Site is. Apparently that's a thing. Stonewall National Monument, and yes, the Statue of Liberty is part of POTA. K0963. There you go. Statue of Liberty National Monument.
I'm going to O again. Oh.
This is the O frequency. But yeah, and then I can show you the inner workings of all the nonsense that goes on behind the curtain.
That's on the radio?
No, this is just in the app. All the different settings and stuff for the waterfall and how it connects to the radio and yada yada. Yep, can't complain. It's free software. There's definitely some things I wish this could do. Like, for example, I can't turn the noise blinker on and off. I have to get up from my butt and go do that on the actual radio because this software won't turn it on and off.
Cotton pickers.
I mean, they've implemented almost everything else. It's like, seriously, you can't give me a button for the noise blinker?
Well, wait a minute. The noise blinker isn't some mechanical button, is it?
It's in the menu.
was going to say, back in the early days when I started doing cat controls, like you had half of the controls. Like, yeah, you can't use other controls because they're mechanical.
Yeah, the ICOM software can do it. So if I really, really didn't want to get up, I could switch to the other software, but that requires work. I hear that's a 4-letter word. But I can do really funny things with the filters.
How about opening up the received bandwidth?
What's the trick? Like 3.6? That's up to all of them, though, I think.
Yeah, I just opened it up to 3.6 right now.
Oh, I saw it widen up. Hey, Mel, see, I'm not listening to the stream. I'm going to change my headphones here. I'm going to be on delay.
The problem is you open it up too wide and you end up just adding in some extra high-pitched hiss. So I typically only open up the receiver all the way when I'm doing FT8.
Well, that's because you have to have some stations that have big audio.
Big audio, go ahead.
Oops, I have my monitor on. All right, now I can hear what I want to hear. Hold on a second. I got to log in. All right, I'm O-ing. We're going to O. All right, this is the O-ing at 0. O-ing at 0, and now I'm going to O at 87, O-ing. Done away.
Do you figure out where you are?
It's in the jungle.
Well, I know where I'm at. It's just I don't know why. Because I know your voice, and you have pretty decent audio, so I know I'm on your frequency.
I'd say I try, but I'm talking to you. I definitely don't try as hard as you do with audio.
He's in the good audio club.
7300s do a very good job.
Yeah, the only issue I have is between my microphone and the radio. There's like 4 different places where I can control the volume. And I've had to, over the months, figure out exactly where everything needs to be. And now I don't want to touch any of this. I'm not going to upgrade my computer. Nope, it's all working. I'm going to leave it alone.
All right, and Ron is back.
Why, certainly. Yes, I'm here.
He's probably just kicking back and enjoying the good audio vibrations on the frequency.
I sure am. Yeah, everybody sounded good.
See, now I have to go the other way for Ron.
I'm going through puberty, so my voice is changing.
You got that cheap beer this time?
Yeah, I'm enjoying the High Life, the Champagne of beer, the Miller High Life.
At least you're not drinking a Bud Light.
Then I would be confused. I wouldn't know what gender I am.
Yeah, don't misgender your beer.
I give my mom a bad time. She goes, I don't drink Bud Light, it's Budweiser. I go, oh gosh, even worse, Mom.
And then my mother-in-law had rainbows on her sleeves, so I go, do you drink Bud Light? She goes, no, I don't drink beer. I go, oh, okay. She goes, why do you ask? I go, well, I don't know, asking for a friend.
So, Dennis, the other slider I'll point out that's a little confusing until I realized what it does. You'll see a slider there in the middle of the pack that's labeled USB. It's not for upper sideband.
Let's see, transmit reference USB. What is it for?
That is the audio volume control for the USB input on the radio, because I'm in USB mode. If I switch the radio to the microphone, that switches to mic.
Oh, well, it's nice they give you control for that. See, that's the thing. Once you get into the Netherlands of computers, you can control everything. Back in the day, you had a squelch and an on-off.
Well, and back in the day, my computer had like 4 or 5 serial ports on it just so that I could control everything. Of course, it still requires a lot of serial ports. It's just now all coming in over USB. Yeah, my computer has like 6 COM ports, and then there's a virtual COM port for my 9700s. So serial is still being used on the back end. It's just, not actually coming in on a serial port.
There we go. Here's a transceiver that covers 300 kilohertz to 1.6 gigahertz.
Okay, I just widened out the spectrum scope. Take another transmission, because that is wide.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Larry, didn't they tell you you're supposed to color inside the box?
Yeah, Larry, what radio are you on?
I'm on a very wide radio.
But is it an SDR radio?
No. This is my Kimwood 850.
Oh, it's 850. Do you have the 100, the DX100 or Z, whatever it is, 100 box?
No. Okay, so right here is. I gotta turn up the mic gain. Okay, this is how what you guys sound like.
I didn't think those would do double sideband unless you had the DSP box.
Oh, well, you can also, just kind of rearrange the stuff inside too.
Don't cut the red wire, Larry.
Too late.
Man, that's a good sized radio. I just pulled up a picture of it.
That was their flagship radio. Well, I think it came out at the same time the 940 did. I can't remember. Or after the 940.
Yeah, it was after.
It was after the 940. And then they came out with the 950 SDX, which was sort of like they incorporated their 100 box. Because it'll do the 950s will do 6K, but they don't do double sideband.
Well, this one actually did have an extension box as well.
Well, no, the 850 is the only one that does. The 950 is built in. The SDX is built in.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, hold on here. I'm going to bring up a picture on the stream.
And obviously mistakenly that they had to have the ESP100.
That was a fun double.
I saw that.
Okay, there you go. I brought up a picture of it on the stream.
All right, do they have the piece for it, the 100? Should be a little flat box.
Yeah, DSP 100 is listed under accessories.
Yeah.
Good luck finding that.
Well, you can buy them on eBay for about $600.
I know, ridiculous.
Actually, Ken said he had one, and I think he might have sold it already. Did you go to your bugs today?
My bugs?
Your lunch, your SPE's lunch?
That would be yesterday. Over at a place called 7.
Yeah, over there at Mini Wawa and Service.
A very strange place. And then the two guys that ordered salad ended up giving them back and I've never heard of this. Their croutons were rancid. I didn't think there was such a thing, but apparently they were just really bad, awful, rancid, and so they just gave their salads back.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad salad.
Well, a crouton. I thought it's a piece of bread. How can a piece of bread be rancid? I guess they have stuff on.
Well, it's a stale piece of bread at that. Well, toasted, but you know.
It's a weird place. There's nobody at the front. You kind of wander in. It's just weird.
I thought it was a fancy steakhouse.
It's this huge place, and there's like no staff. You just kind of wander in.
So those watching the stream, that's what 10 meters was doing this morning.
I heard reports it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's always fun when you get the one of the guys in South Africa hearing you. Of course, nobody was working anything. Oh, look at that! Hear me at a -12. That's a good signal into South Africa.
Is this a dBm or something? What's the -12?
So 0 and up is like really strong, and then I guess 0 is equivalent to like an S9 essentially, and then FT8 can go all the way down to like -22, 24. So a -12 is not an astronomically strong signal, but it's workable.
Okay, this is some weird calibration I've never heard of. I thought maybe it was a dBm or something, but that would be 0 or S9 is like -70 or something, I think, but that's a dBm.
Yeah, this is dB. I think it's just based off how strong the audio, because FT8's all audio.
Oh, okay.
I've been heard in Antarctica.
At McMurdo?
I can't remember, but it was on 80 meters, and I think the signal strength was like -27 or -26.
So you were down in the dirt.
Pretty much.
All right, so if you're on the 850, what filter are you using? Is it about a 2.4 or something? 2.8?
I'm using the 8.83 and the 455 filters, the 6 kilohertz filters.
All right, but you don't have, for a 6 kilohertz signal, you don't have a lot of low frequency coming through.
Well, yeah, it's probably because my power supply is singing again. It's probably because of the way I have the BFO adjusted inside the radio.
Yeah, you know, I just went to upper sideband. See, your carrier point offset is not the same.
Yeah, and that's it should not be the same. You know, it should be off a bit.
No, it should be exactly the same. When I hit between upper and lower sideband, you should sound different.
So you're saying I sound different on the upper sideband?
Your carrier point's rolled off. So if you're 30 hertz lower or attenuated, then you're 30 hertz the other way on upper sideband. Typically, it should be the exact same. So that's why, because you don't have as much low frequency on lower sideband. I'm trying to do the side to side thing, and I know your voice, but since you're missing enough low frequency, I've got a big range on you before I start hearing the tone. It's like, no, I'm not tuned in on Aaron. It's pretty tight. He's got a lot of low frequency, so it's immediately I know when I'm not on his frequency.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Bad. I'm just saying I can be 20 hertz off on you before I start hearing okay, we're not in, but on Aaron, it's like 50, is it 5? No, it's like 10 cycles. I can tell I'm not on his frequency.
Yeah.
And I like it when everybody's on my frequency.
Well, if you're net control, you set the frequency.
I try not to have net control responsibilities.
And I'm listening 4K too.
I'm listening at 6K.
So we must sound really puny.
So, what speaker are you using?
I'm using a JBL 2600 bookshelf speaker.
All right, so can you tell, if you're listening, can you tell the difference between I do that and let me go that much? Can you tell that much difference?
Okay, that last sounds a little like you added something.
No, I'm just moving my frequency, because if you're hearing enough low frequency, which I have transmitted, you'll be able to know when I go off frequency. There's 10 hertz, there's 20, there's 30 one way, then I go back to 0, but it might not be 0. And then I go 10 the other way, and then I go 10 the other way, and I go 10 some more. You should hear a difference.
Oh, big time, yeah.
Ready for radio check.
Good, radio check.
How does this radio sound out there?
Well, it sounds okay. Not too half bad.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
A little off frequency, but that's okay.
Is he on AM? I hear a carrier.
No, I'm on lower sideband.
Yeah, that is a strong carrier, isn't it? Sneaking in.
Yeah, that Roger beep looks really fun on the Spectrum scope.
Radio.
Who has a 10-meter Galaxy radio?
Yeah, do you know anybody who has one they want to get rid of? Okay, I'm on his frequency now.
Oh, no.
You still there?
Oh, wow, you're at 250 low.
What's that?
All right, let me go back up. Sorry,
Let me go back up to the net control frequency.
Yeah, Dennis, I confer about 250 down.
Some of those radios just, man, they're off.
But I mean, are they crystal controlled? Are they not able to get on frequency?
You know, I got one of those Galaxies, and there's a switch on there. You could lock it into whatever what it should be set on, or you could unlock it to transmit and receive, or you could, lock it for transmit to stay put and just receive. So I don't know, man. I don't think they work like they're supposed to.
Do I sound better now?
Getting closer.
What about now?
Oh,
Getting better.
Over.
This radio needs to be realigned to the frequency.
Yeah, it's pretty close there.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah, I have radios just like that, so yeah, no worries. We're just all out here having fun.
So does it sound better, or is it worse?
No, you went too far.
What about now?
Okay, one more step.
Now? Hello.
Perfect, right there. Lock it in.
All right, it's off 3 decibels.
Now, that means 0.3.
You got it.
Yeah, that's right, because we were down like 275 or so.
Sounds good here.
Yeah, you found the right group of people to get on frequency with.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Except for me.
Yeah. Don't listen to Larry.
So, my question is, we know what you sound like. Do we sound better?
I have to tune y'all in, but you're loud. I can hear you.
So that means the transmitter doesn't follow the receiver then?
Right.
All right, that makes it difficult.
You have one of them 3-way switches that say TX, RX on one side and RX on the other.
Let's see, Dennis, I can do that too, but it's called the RIT.
Yeah, I'm running a 2950DX.
So you could just tune the frequency and then adjust the RIT to its purpose.
Well, the ultimate would be to leave the RIT alone and just tune into what you hear. But if your things don't match, that makes it difficult.
It does make it difficult. Because I put it on the channel and I try to talk, and nobody can hear me.
All right, well, then you just have to remember you have to add, 0.3 or whatever it is to wherever you go, but then you got to make sure you know where your RIT is supposed to be.
See, I won't know what you're talking about that.
And in theory, you would just, once you got it dialed in, you'd leave your RIT alone.
Now, what's RIT?
Oh, I don't. I'm just saying that because they said that. What's on the 2950?
It should have an RIT.
It just won't be called that.
Say it would be clarifier. You got an inner and an outer.
Yeah, it's got a name. It's not RIT.
Yeah. A RF power mic. It has volume and squelch. Then it has FM, AM, upper and lower, sideband, your CW, your PA, your other knob. It is your clarifier and your RF gain.
All right, clarifier.
Yeah, CLR.
Yeah, RIT is kind of a ham radio term.
I understand what you're saying.
Right. So in theory, once you've got everybody to sound not like Donald Duck and really normal, especially if you knew their voice, it would help. Then you would leave your RIT alone, and just remember that on your frequency you have to add that 3. You know, if you add 3, and it may be different for upper sideband, but you just, if somebody says to go to 27. At 37, you go to 27, 375, 03, or whatever you're doing.
Right.
Or just pop the cover and start turning all the pots.
Well, we can hear you, like Ron says. It's like, you know, we hear you.
I don't know where you're at, but I'm out here towards the Ditchbank, the Biola, Shaw, and Madera Avenue.
I'm on Blackstone and Ashland, right behind In-N-Out Burgers, right there. I'm right next to 41 Highway.
All right, well, that's a good distance there. You're doing good. There's nothing wrong, other than you just got to remember... kind of, you're off by 3:03.
My question is how do I turn the modulation up?
Uh-oh, what's wrong with your modulation?
I want to turn it up so people can hear me whenever I'm talking.
We hear you great.
Yeah, if you got a mic gain, that would turn it up, but you're coming in great right where you're at. So if you turn it up too much, then it's going to be all flattery sounding.
See, really, I don't like this radio at all because I don't know how to operate it.
You're doing pretty good now.
Yeah, you got to go out and keep on messing with it.
Yeah, your mic gain is about right.
Now, I have a button here. It says MB ANL. What does that do?
That would take out some of the noise and static on your receive end. So you might get some static from lights or something like that, or washer machine, whatever, and you could push the button in or out, and it should help either way. Or on a nice clear night when you're not by street lights or you don't hear any static, if you turn it off, then you'll be able to really hear a lot of stuff.
What is that, basically a noise blinker?
That's it. It still sounds the same.
Because you got nothing to filter out with the noise. Now, the caveat is that it could make the incoming voice signal sound a little bit raspy if they're really close. It's like a broom. is like a broom. If you've got no dust on the floor, you don't need that broom. But if you've got some dust on the floor, you can take that broom and you sweep it up and get rid of it. That's what your noise blanket is. It's like a broom. So if you got no dirt, the broom doesn't do anything for you. If you got a little, noisy dirt, that broom will help you out.
Okay. I understand what you're saying now.
So it's not the broom if you need it.
I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Over.
Y'all come back now, I hear.
Now, what does the split channel do? Or is it split on it?
Don't touch that. You're going to be really confused. Go ahead and tell them what split channel is.
Yeah, it has CW on it.
But there must have, then it has a spot somewhere on the radio with a plug or a hole which is key.
You're probably right.
I'd have to look up that radio. I never had one of those 2950s. I have a 2980, but that's the big giant bass radio. I'm not talking on that, but I have one of them.
I was going to say, if it's got a CW mode, it's got to have a place to plug a key in.
Yeah, all those radios have a little plug in the back for that.
Or it should, maybe, unless it's just receive. But it seems like they give you a transmit.
Yeah, the ones that I have, they got a plug for a key.
Okay, on the back of the radio, it has a place for the PA system. It has a place for a stereo speaker, and it has another place where you plug something in.
Probably the key.
Yeah, that's the key for the Morse code. So you got that, the thing that goes beep, 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 beep. Yeah, that deal. So, yeah. Unless you know Morse code, I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, I won't worry about it, then.
Alrighty, 52's back.
Here's what you need. A military-grade Harris RF-350K HF SSB radio transceiver.
Is that the kind they have in the airplanes?
That is correct.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're probably only upper sideband, too.
Yeah, that is also correct.
I heard you talking about your aeronautical mobile. I talked to, what's his name, Travis? One time. I didn't know who it was, and then he said, I go to the Fresno Amateur Radio Club.
Yeah, the one guy that I've worked aeronautical mobile, he said on the air that he doesn't like going down to 40 or 40 meters because being on upper sideband confuses the heck out of people. Even though the rigs will do it, the new rigs you can totally run upper sideband down there if you really wanted to.
Yeah. He was on upper, and I think he was over Phoenix or he was over Las Vegas, I think, coming into L.A. or something, and he says, well, once they get off autopilot, they've got to go back, and they can only do it when they're on autopilot.
And if they have permission from their employer.
But he went to the CARP meeting and actually did he had a nice little PowerPoint presentation.
Hey, Dennis.
This is the basic Dennis over.
Yeah, you know that guy I was telling you about that he knows you over here by my house?
Uh-oh. I think so. I think I remember that. I can't believe somebody knows me.
He's like 70 or 80 years old. He talks on ham.
Oh, man, that's like half the amateur population. There's a bunch of old farts.
Yeah, I think he was by himself. I don't think he's married because I never seen a woman with him.
All right, let's see. Well, and you are tower, and he's over by you, and I'm trying to think, 80, unless you know his first name, I probably couldn't guess.
He lives on Gettysburg.
Oh.
And 41.
Okay, I know exactly who you're talking about. That's Jerry.
Yeah, it's him. But he finally retired, and I think he's selling his stuff.
Oh, really? I haven't talked to Jerry in a while. He's on 2 meters, K6PKO, has the tower and the beam. I bought, in fact, I can look at it right now, I bought a Helicopters HT-37 from that guy.
Yeah, he don't have the tin up no more, but he has the towers.
Yeah, I've worked with him doing some antenna stuff, and I didn't know it, but back when I got my, my upgrade, not to my novice, but to my general license, that's back when they just started the volunteer examiner program, and he signed my little license certificate back about 40 years ago.
Oh, damn, he told me he's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, he's a tower climber and was a tower climber and some other stuff. He has a good setup, a lot of old gear. I guess he's selling it off or something. Well, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen him. He used to come to the Society of Broadcast Engineers meeting, luncheons. I haven't seen him in a while there, and I haven't been to any of the ham fest where I've seen him. So at least he's still kicking.
He's one of the few people with an advanced ticket.
Radio equipment, and I think he sold his antenna, but he still has his tower.
Yeah, he's just off of Gettysburg next to the daycare center.
Yeah, he lives right next to the daycare center.
And the air pollution control district is across the street.
Yeah, that used to be, well, it used to be a furniture store, and that used to be nothing.
Yeah, I live right behind it. Did you used to work for the news channel?
You're talking to me, over?
Yes, I'm talking to you, Dennis.
All right, this is the basic Dennis again. I have worked for various broadcast entities here in the Fresno area, yes.
Yeah, because that's what he was telling me whenever I was talking to him. Because he said he used to work for the news broadcast system.
Yeah, I've worked at a couple of the television and radio stations here in town. Over.
That's pretty neat.
But, on the other side of the camera, I'm not one of the beautiful people, but I make the beautiful people look beautiful.
So you was a cameraman then?
I was indeed a cameraman, amongst other things.
And until they decided that they didn't need camera people.
Until they decided, wait a minute, we have joysticks, we have computers.
Why are we doing this with humans?
And then they figured out, well, if we have touch screens and you can have a setup and it will remember it, and we have to say, put it in little memory saying this is scene 1 and scene 2 and scene 3, and all we need to do is have the computer say go.
And we can have the guy program the computer just before we fire him.
Now, do they have something to read off of whenever they're looking at the cameras? Whenever they're doing the news broadcast, do they have like a screen they look at and they read off of it?
Let's see, 25 words or less. It's called a teleprompter. It is basically a picture of, they have the paper script in front of them. So imagine they take a picture of that script and they superimpose it over the camera lens with some mirrors and another little camera so that they can look right into the lens, but through the magic of trickery in a mirror, they can see the very words that are on the paper.
Okay.
Yeah, those people just know how to look beautiful and read.
I need to be on TV then.
I'd put a camera on your mug.
They still, Aaron, they still need a person to run the prompter.
Right, and someone to do their makeup because now they're in high def.
Oh, I remember when the high def cameras came out, they hired consultants to come in, and then everybody got out because they had different lighting, different camera lenses, and they actually needed less makeup, but you've got to be very careful what you do because now you can see everything. So a bad makeup job is going to be a bad makeup job.
And I got another question for you, Dennis.
All right, this is another question frequency. Please go ahead.
Why they don't tell you the truth, what's really going on?
Well, they tell you the truth as they know it, and a lot of times there's a news service or they get a story and they have, you know what, they have 45 seconds and then they have 30 seconds and then they have a minute 15 and then they have 30 seconds and then they have to do a commercial and then they have 30 seconds and they have 45 seconds. So were they to have an hour to give you truly both sides of the story and maybe a couple of people on both opposing sides, here's what I think and here's what I think. They could probably tell you the truth from all angles, and then it would be up to you to decide what you want to believe. But it would take them an hour to do that, and they only got 30 seconds.
Okay. For instance, January the 6th, why did they blame Donald Trump whenever it was not even Donald Trump, it was a Democrat Party?
Well, that I can't get into, but there you go. That's going to take more than an hour, and then you'd have to hear from that Democrat Party, and then you'd have to hear from Donald Trump, which we have, and then you'd have to hear from the people that were getting beat up at the Capitol, and then you'd have to hear from the people that were beating them up, and then you would have to hear from the crowd, and then you would have to hear from the people around Donald Trump, then you'd have to hear from all these people. Probably take about 6 hours to actually get the truth from those people involved as they see it, and then it would be up to you to figure out what you want to believe.
Okay.
But, as I said, they have 1 minute and 45 seconds, and maybe 2 minutes and a half because they got video. That's all they have to tell you the truth. So it makes it a little bit difficult. There were thousands of people involved, but yet they have 2.5 minutes to tell you about it.
That's it. Basic Dennis for president.
Over.
Can we write you in?
And Bozo, does Bozo get to be vice president?
Now, did you hear about George Floyd?
Uh-oh.
He's the barber on Mayberry, right, Floyd?
I think so.
Over.
Yeah, I think. But I won't talk about politics.
Ron, what frequency is that politics frequency? Is that a 27.372?
Yeah, it could be.
It's not that you can't talk about it. You just got to be on the right channel.
Or you got to go on that fancy DMR TGIF network, and there's a free speech radio channel, and oh boy, do they get into it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I found this AM broadcast audio processor board.
It's not a PC 1100, is it?
It's just a couple of IC circuits and a couple of transistors, and yeah.
Oh, is it a like the peak? Is it the negative peak clipper?
Oh, yes. It says it's an asymmetrical peak limiter with selectable pre-impetus. and low-pass filter.
Yeah, they were using those. You know, my REA meter, that's what that is. You want to get those negative peaks. I'm using decorrelators and phase reversal and stuff. But apparently you can actually put those on the D104 microphone, I think.
Is there any way with this setup I have, I can talk to my brother in Oklahoma? Is there any way I can do that?
You could have done that yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, it all depends on band conditions, and it's not going to be consistent.
Unfortunately.
Because I heard a person yesterday on 38 on lower side band. He was from Oklahoma, from Tulsa, and I tried to get a hold of him with my setup, and I couldn't get a hold of him at all.
Was he on channel 38?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's why. You got to be a big strap for people to hear you on 38.
Yeah, the problem is some of these channels can turn into a big giant mess of everyone screaming into the microphone at the same time.
It's like a baseball game. You know, when baseball is very, very good and they have a bat and everybody has catcher's mitts and the wind isn't blowing and the sun isn't shining, you can pretty much play baseball. But imagine if in that baseball game, like in 10 minutes, all of a sudden you couldn't find the bat, or half the people didn't have a catcher's mitt, or they took the bases away, or the backstop is now, where the pitcher's mound is. All this stuff keeps moving around. It's like, doggone it, we played baseball 10 minutes ago. It was perfect. All these things keep moving around and disappearing and showing up. That's what radio does. At some point, it's like that baseball game. It's perfect. And then 5 minutes later, all of a sudden the bases are gone, the bat is over here, and you just have to wait until it all lines up again.
And all the players are 3-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, because this was now 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. If not 10 minutes later, it was quiet as can be.
Yeah, welcome to the world of upper HF propagation during the daytime.
Question for Jimmy, over.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you were to look at your frequency dial, what would the numbers be reading out now?
27,365.3.
Wow, okay, so that radio does drift, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's drifted while he's been transmitting.
Yeah, okay, I just want to make sure if the display's actually reading the frequency, then it would show where he's at, but it's not.
Since I moved the dial earlier, I have not even moved it. It's still the same.
Put it up to, instead of a 3, put it to a 5.
What about now?
Okay, I misspoke.
Yeah, he needs to go the other way.
Do you mean to be a 1?
No, a 2.
A 2? It's got to be at least...
Now I'm on 27,365.2.
That's weird.
Put it back on 3.
Now I'm on 3. Hello. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, he needs another number.
Yeah. Yeah, it needs to be in the middle between 3 and 2.
We might have to meet him halfway.
Now I'm at 27,365.3. does he drift so much?
Because it's not a stabilized RF circuit, I would wager to guess.
And because it doesn't say ICOM, Yaesu, or Kenwood on the front.
Yeah, that too.
Now, out of the three, which one's the best one?
That's like saying Ford, Chrysler, and Chevy. Which is the best one?
Ford, always.
I like GM.
Oh no, Ron, don't get started.
Oh, I just haven't figured out what radios is GM, which one's a Ford, which one's a Chevy, or Chrysler, Dodge, whatever.
None of them, they're all Hondas.
We got to put Elecraft in there.
Well, okay, Elecraft would be the Ford.
Okay, who's the other one? But Kentech's not around anymore. Alenco, thank you. Do they even make an HF radio anymore?
I don't think they make anything anymore.
Oh.
Alenco? There's DX Engineering and HRO.
Yeah, they used to have an HF radio. They had all sorts of VHF, UHF radios.
Elecraft isn't too bad.
Yeah, Elecraft is over in Watsonville.
There's Flex and Anon and Apache Labs, or Apache Labs and Flex and all that stuff. Hermes. I got a Hermes. I just got to put it together.
Oh, Hermes?
I got a Hermes 2 Lite. I've got it here. I got the boxes. I've got Theta software loaded on the other computer. I just got to get everything put together.
And apparently Alenco is Japanese.
I thought they were USA, but obviously not.
Yeah, I just pulled up the website. I was curious what radios they still make.
So who's the only American radio? Elecraft?
Yeah, no, Elecraft is based in Watsonville, so they're, and I know they're American, and even worse, California.
Yeah, you're here in California, and I guess Flex is somewhere.
Right, Flex would be the other one, but I don't know where they source their stuff from. Yeah, in Alenco, it looks like for the most part, they just make business, digital, power supplies, mobile, but they mostly are just doing mobiles and handhelds. They're not really doing HF rigs anymore.
Yeah, because their stuff was always pretty good, and the prices were always pretty good, and so maybe they figured, nobody's going to buy an Alenco when you got a 7300 hanging out there.
Well, the one thing Alenco would do was make 220 rigs when, nobody else was.
See, and I thought because of the 220 thing, a lot of the Japanese companies didn't even bother with that.
Yeah, that's what makes it weird, because they're basically making a radio that they can only sell to, 3 countries. Which is why the big 3 have given up on 220.
As you plug in a module, like in the 736. This is the basic, Dennis. Go ahead.
Yeah, do you know anybody has a pair transistors?
Well, it's probably a lot of them around, but they would be specific to what you need to do with them, I guess.
I have a Texas Star DX350, but the pills for the transistors are out of them.
And apparently, I know this kind of firsthand, when my my Kenwood TS2000, the HF section went hosed up because it loses some driver transistors. And so you would say, I need these, whatever it is, SC 1792s, and then you order them, and then you find out, Oh, they're not. They're fake. So it's kind of transistors these days. The big power transistors is sort of the hard thing to do to know if you're actually getting the actual thing that you've ordered.
Okay, because my neighbor, he gave me this Texas Star 350. It has the pills out of them, and it don't have the cover on it, and it also don't have the heat deal on the bottom of it, or whatever you call it.
A heat sink and the compound. Yeah, that's the thing with the transistorized amplifier. You've got to be careful with overdriving and overheating and things like that. As with any amplifier, I suppose.
Okay, which one belongs into this amplifier? No?
I do not know. I am very ignorant when it comes to amplifiers. Somebody could probably rip off and say, oh yeah, that's the Toshiba, SC 1972, but I don't know that.
I got you.
And then probably before you would go spend money to put a transistor in, you'd have to have somebody knowledgeable kind of look inside and give it a sniff test and say, oh, by the way, not only do you need these transistors, but you've got some other component parts that are in bad shape or smoke.
Or would it be better just buy another amplifier?
Well, I mean, they have the RM Italy's, but they take lower drives. So then once you've got it, you'd have to make sure, well, the radio I'm using, it's putting out 7 watts, but the amplifier only wants 3 watts, and how would I handle that so I don't blow the transistors up? So that is an option, but it's sort of like a little dance between the radio and the amplifier. And then the amplifier, unless you're going to run it mobile, is going to need a pretty hefty power supply, so that's another expense.
It'd be in the mobile when I'm driving.
All right, it's one of those things that something begets something. So the amplifier begets, okay, we're going to plug it in, but I got to have a nice heavy-duty cable because it's drawing a certain amount of power, and I got to make sure that whatever alternator and battery is going to accept that, and then that my antenna is actually going to handle the power, and then if I'm in a vehicle that has some type of computer-controlled devices, that the extra power is going to start shutting things down. It's one of those virtual Pandora boxes of oops, but they are available, and there are knowledgeable people out there who know all those things that install them, although I don't think Fresno has any anymore.
Now, do you know anybody who works on radios by chance?
I don't know anyone per se that works on transistorized radios of that ilk. You might have engineers that are specific to a radio station or a TV station that work on the equipment that's at the station. But I know people like that, but I don't know of anybody since Red Monkey left, right, Ron? Since Bill has been gone, there really hasn't been a decent walk-in shop around here, right?
That's correct, but I know a guy that works on them, and he has a little shop behind his house, and his name is, Low Boy Joe, and he gave me one of his cards to pass out if anybody needed work on radios or amplifiers.
I just want to get this radio realigned to the frequency and get it peaky tuned.
Well, you can see what this guy has to say about that. He might tell you that, hey, you know what, those radios, they're just known for drifting, and he'll set it as best as he can, or, he'll be pretty honest with you and blunt. But if you want his number, I got his number. He's got a CB repair shop, custom design radio work. And his name is Joe. And I have his phone number, and he's over on Ashland in Cornelia.
Is he an old man?
He used to have a CB shop here in Fresno way back in the day, back in the 80s, and and I think in 80s and I think he was out of it by the 90s, but 70s, 80s, he had a CB shop there at Klein's Truck Stop.
All right, let me find the pin.
All righty.
And my guess is he wasn't an old man, then he started working on CB radios, and the rest is history.
Yeah, I don't know how old Joe is. I know he retired, but still works, so I don't know what that means. You retire and you still work. I think you still work and you're not retired.
Well, guys, I think I'm going to leave the airways forever. It's 11 o'clock.
Oh, my God.
Do you know where your children are?
You know, I look on, the clock is right there for me to see.
I got it.
Okay, here's his number. It is a 559 area code. And the rest of his number is 906-2761. And his name is Joe. And you leave him a message or talk to him and tell him you got a CB radio equipment that you need worked on.
Okay, the number is 559-296-2761, right?
No, the first three is 906-2761.
3-6. You said 906-2761?
906-2761.
I got you.
All right, his name is Joe, and he used to go by the handle of Lowboy Joe. So he drives truck, and then after he gets done driving truck around town, then he'll work on radios.
All right, thank you for the information.
All right, yeah, he's not around on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, so best time to catch him is Monday through Thursday.
All right, I'll get a hold of him.
And Aaron, thank you for sharing your radio with virtually everyone in the universe.
Oh yeah, no problem. It's a piece of cake on this end now. Oh, and but before I leave the radio waves forever, Dennis, did you hear that we're getting a new area code in the area?
Oh, that's right. And it's a weird number. You know, it's 3 something, like 357 or 356, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody hold on to your 559 phone numbers forever, because if you get a new number here in a couple of years, it's not going to be a 559.
Yeah, thanks to, a million cell phones.
Well, and there's those of us that have multiple phone lines for multiple different reasons that we're sitting on that we're not using, and we're taking up all the numbers, apparently.
There you go. And we lost the 209, and you got to move to Merced to get that back.
I have a 209 area code. I kept my 209.
Yeah, interesting story as to why, Dennis, do you know why we lost the 209? Because traditionally, the larger metropolitan area is supposed to keep the area code during a split.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they figured it was closer to Sacramento or something. I don't know. That is a good question. Yeah, I agree with you. It seems like I should have went the other way around.
Oh, I know the reason.
So, do tell to the SWLs.
Okay, for all the SWLs listening and all those people online, you know all those medical alert bracelets that everybody used to have?
Oh yeah, I've fallen and I can't get to my VFO. Yeah.
Well, it's not just that, but the the people that have like seizures and stuff like that. Well, the company that ran the system and gave out those bracelets used to not have a 1-800 number. They had a 209 area code. And so you had all these people who were subject to seizures with medical alert bracelets with a 209 area code. And when it came up that they were going to split the area code, they went, but can we please keep that area code, please?
Oh, wow. Okay, the company, I guess. Did they go to somebody's campaign fund and said, and here's an extra incentive to keep the 209 over here?
Right. Yeah. So that's why the North Valley got to keep that area code, because that call center was in Merced.
Okay. You say, well, we'll stick the Air Force base on you if you don't cooperate.
Yeah, because yep, and then they told all the people down in Fresno, well, too bad, reprint all your business cards.
That's why I like two-way radio. You learn all this stuff.
This is the learn all this stuff frequency.
So see, we've solved the issue. You can get the truth over radio.
I think I get more news over the radio now than I do over any other medium.
I get my news psychically.
Yeah, this is my social media now that I've gone 2 years without Facebook.
I'm thinking about actually doing it. I think if I had any kids back in the day, they're all old enough I don't have to pay child support. So therefore, if they find me, they find me.
I think Facebook is like smoking. At some point, if you can go cold turkey and get rid of it, you feel better.
Oh yeah, I feel great. Yeah, and then people actually have to tell me things. It's great because I just won't hear about stuff. And people are like, "Oh, didn't you see?" I'm like, "No, I did not see that. You have to specifically tell me if something happened."
That's what I did with television. When it went totally digital, I just didn't buy the box, and so I just stopped watching.
Well, I got the boxes because they gave me those cards, and they were paying for them, so I figured I might as well get some of my tax money back.
Exactly. Boy, what a fiasco that was. Anyway, there you go. I did the same thing with television.
I still got my digital converter box coupon card.
Is it still any good?
No, I haven't used it yet.
But Larry, you're a consummate eBay guy. Do those things show up on eBay? Like, here's the digital box, and they're more than what you originally pay for them?
Oh, yeah. eBay's famous for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter what it is, huh?
Oh, man, I need to sell mine then.
They probably all ended up in a landfill.
Some thrift stores do that too. I've seen stuff in the thrift stores about equal in price as Walmart brand new.
This is CB radio. That means I'll have digital.
Yeah, Larry, but the problem is you have to go walk into a Walmart.
Here's a brand new Icon 7300 for $858.
What do you mean brand new?
Says brand new.
You might as well buy a new one with a warranty.
Yeah, from a dealer?
From eBay.
I think I bought mine for $900. You might as well just buy one from a dealer with a warranty if people on eBay are going to try to sell them for $850.
I know you want to leave, Aaron. What does a Galaxy, or what was the other thing he was talking about, the 2950, what do those cost?
It's crazy how much they went for them radios. I would not buy one. You could get a ham radio.
Well, you can see where I'm leading. I'm just saying, what do those cost? I mean, just from all the ones that I hear and the fact that they're limited, and it's like, why would you not buy a ham radio?
RCI or Galaxy base radio, the big cabinet that's bigger than probably any ham radio, they're up to $990. And I have this one radio that's just AM FM, a Connex. I bought it for $300 brand new back in 98, we'll say. that same radio now, a brand new version, and they want $600 for it.
Okay, quote unquote export, whatever that means. So are they type accepted to come to, a Marca 11 meters without any? Are they okay to do that?
Well, I say no because I don't know. I looked on that QTH swap, and they have a form there, and it says all the ones that they're not, and they're all listed. But you read the box that the radio comes in, and it says yes, they are accepted. So I don't know who to believe.
Well,
I'll have to watch the news at 11.
Because it's not a 5-watt DC input. So let's say morally you're okay with the fact that you're going to run something that's not type accepted. Because otherwise, you're out on both of those. You're out on either one because you're doing something that's, in theory, you're not supposed to do. So were that not to be an issue, then it's sort of like, it seems to me a no-brainer then to get the 7300 or a used 440 or a 757 GX, et cetera, et cetera.
And the other thing about the 7300 is most of the dealers, if you hand them an extra $100, they will remove the diodes for you.
In fact, I think Gigaparts even lists it as an option before we send it to you. We could do this for you.
That's the only way they do it. They will not do the mod after the fact. That's how I bought mine. I paid the extra money to just have it show up, and they remove it, they put it back in the box, and they slap a mod sticker on it, and they ship it to you.
There you go.
The annoying one was the 705. It was $140 to do it because that radio requires more disassembly. The 7300, it's like 12 screws. You pop the top and boom, there's the board. 7300, you got to rip the whole thing apart to get to it. But I looked at it and went, yeah, that's worth the money. I don't want to do it myself.
Yeah, it's probably like removing little dinky ribbon cables and junk.
Yeah, it's buried. You got to take the screen out. You got to take the RF board out. It's like buried all the way in the back.
Yeah, the 991, you just take the front off of it. Yeah, be careful with the ribbon.
I did myself.
Likewise.
But, the other thing, speaking of the 705, my 705 now has USB-C. I popped the screen off and replaced one of the daughter boards for some of the connectors on the side and got rid of the USB micro connection, and now I have USB-C in my fancy radio.
Does your UHF, VHF transmit out there? It doesn't.
It can. Yeah, it does HF 2 meter and 70 centimeter at 10 watts.
Does it do GMRS?
So, one of the reasons why I got it unlocked was for here. The other reason was for GMRS. So it's like, well, let's give it a try. The problem is it will go into transmit on the GMRS frequencies, but it won't output any power. So they didn't design it to transmit up that high.
Oh. It's out of tolerance or something to the power level.
Yeah, so it's tuned for the 2 meter and the 70 centimeter band, and the unlock basically just gives you all of HF. So HF you can transmit everywhere, and of course I have it in the menu, I have it locked, so it only transmits on my general privileges, and then it also transmits on this band, and then it won't, let me accidentally transmit somewhere else, which is really nice. And I do the same thing on this radio, on the 7300. If I tune to that little space between 10 and 11 meters, it won't let me transmit there because I have it locked out in the menu.
What about the MERS band on VHF?
I haven't tried that, mainly because I don't have an antenna. I could turn the power down and try it.
Yes, you're limited to 2 watts anyways.
Well, I'm already using a radio that's not type accepted. I'm not going to worry about the power output.
smoke alarm going off.
I couldn't hear it, but I could see it on the spectrum scope. That was fun.
Oh, yeah, because it's at 3 kilohertz.
Yeah, it's right outside my filter. That's funny.
Well, that's weird. I'm listening on the 5000. I can hear it, so it must be below 4K.
Yeah. The PTOs are usually set at 3.
Or you could just be like my neighbors, and they're constantly setting their smoke detectors off, and then as far as I can tell, they can't hear it. Okay, well, I know I said this 16 minutes ago that it was 11 o'clock, but now it's 11:16, and I should leave the airwave forever. I got a couple things I got to do. Yeah, so 52, leaving the airwaves forever. The stream will still be going for a little bit, and I'll come back later and turn it off. Alrighty, later, everybody. 73.
All right, 73:52, and I like the clock. I just looked there, and there's that clock.
Well, yeah, we added the clock for the Bozo nets so that people could tell what the time delay is. It's actually kind of helpful.
Is that an overlay then?
It's actually being generated by HTML, and yes. Here, I'll turn it off for you. And it helps if I turn the right thing back on. Yeah, so it's a piece of HTML code that I found, and it's being pulled in as like a local HTML file, and yeah, and then it just sits there and refreshes every second.
Amazing stuff, this 21st century.
Wow.
Oh, for half a second, we got a screenshot of your desktop.
Yeah, I know. I hit the wrong button. That's the other screen where the 9700 is, and the ICOM remote utility where you can see my audio routing into the radio.
Okay, let's see, 25 words or less. The 9700, is that pretty much the only game in town for HF now? I don't even think Kenwood makes a 2000, so I guess that's it.
Well, 9700 only does 2 meter, 70 centimeter, and 23 centimeter all mode.
But it's all inclusive. There's no modules put in, right?
That is correct, and it's got 3 separate antenna ports, which makes... Oh, see? Yeah, there he is. There was Ron. Of course, you guys can't hear him. But yes, having the 3 separate antenna outputs makes it really fun because I have 3 alpha delta coax switches just for the one radio.
You need the roadmap. Color.
Well, if you go look on my QRZ page, there's a picture of it. I have it all nicely routed and mounted up on a board now, so it actually looks pretty. But yeah, $300 of alpha delta coax switches for one radio.
Is it Gigaparts? This is a couple of years ago. I actually had them on sale. You rarely see them at a discount price, and I think I did the same thing. I bought 4 just because I thought, well, I'll use them at some point. There's Jerry. Oh, yeah, that's very nice.
So the switch on the left is for HF. That's for the 7300. And then the 3 on the right are for the 9700. The first port of each switch is routed to a triplexer, which is there on the right, and that goes to my vertical. And then I have horizontal antennas for each band that I can then switch in. Of course, that picture is before adding the 1.2 gig beam, so there's now another piece of coax in there.
Impressive, very nice. So what are the coax? Is it LMR?
It's all LMR 400, all of it. The jumpers are LMR Ultraflex, The stuff to the roof is solid. And then the 1.2 gig beam that I put up is LMR 600 solid conductor.
All right, very, very cool. Yeah, I'm going to end up routing stuff through the attic and go out that way because I can just see the top, so it looks like you're coming out. I don't know if you're in a closet or in a room or whatever it is, but it's coming out through the attic, right, or somewhere.
That is my wife's closet.
It was your wife's closet.
Well, that end of it is now mine essentially, but yeah, it's a 10-foot long closet. It's like 10 by 4 or 5 or whatever the heck it is, and all my networking equipment is in there because that's where all the cabling runs, and then that's where I put the radios. Yeah, and I go up through the ceiling through a 4.5-inch sleeve that's a foot in length. And so it's kind of bolted onto the drywall. It just kind of sits there, but it allows me to clear all the insulation. And then every time I run a piece of coax, I shove a bunch of fire putty back in there so that it's not drafty.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to run a tube so I don't have to crawl through places I can't crawl into. So, do you have any? I don't know if you have temperature gauges on the radios. Do you have any problems with? Well, you got a newer house, so it's very well insulated. So you don't have any problems with temperature and they're overheating.
Not so far. And the radios do have temperature sensors built into them. Yeah,
one of my audio devices has that, and it's like I had problems with this room gets so hot I had to put a fan on the back just to get some airflow.
I'm scrolling back through my. I have a shot that I want to show you of the attic.
I saw some rafters. I'm probably behind what you're doing.
There you go. That's where it comes up in the attic.
Yeah, so you've got a nice place to crawl, and you've got insulation, and you can actually get in there.
Oh yeah, no, it's a jungle gym, but it's really easy to get up there.
And since your house is, 21st century, you can pretty much be assured that whatever insulation you have isn't have any asbestos in it.
That is correct, sir.
Unlike where Larry and I are. Larry, how much asbestos is in your building?
100%.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I think I'm safe here. I've got, the composition floor tiles that you're not supposed to break in half and that kind of stuff. But I've been thinking where you're at is probably just that's what they use.
Well, actually, the only thing that's asbestos is some of the older pipes. They're wrapped in asbestos, but most of it isn't really up there. I'm gonna go to bed. I'll talk to you guys later.
Yep, and I need to leave as well. 52 is out.
All right, 73.
But 73 are paint chips because they're not lead. I like eating paint chips, but I don't like the leaded ones. Oh, I turned my power off.
I thought maybe you had the beam pointed towards Australia.
That's it. Yeah, I was saying about the paint chips, so everybody's got the good lead paint chips in the older houses.
That's buried under, is it the new lead paint, or the unleaded paint? It's buried underneath that.
That's right. Oh, boy. Well, my camera went off, but there was somebody out in the front yard, and I don't see anybody. But it sure is windy.
Oh, is it? I could go outside and check. That's a good things are changing. All right, I'll get out of here as well.
All right, Dennis. Catch you tomorrow night.
Yeah, that sounds different. Well, this here is Ron, and good evening. And what are you doing out so late?
There we go. I had to use a clarifier there to get the voice where I recognize it.
All right. Well, I'll give you a late check-in, which always means an X on a square.
No, I just after I cleaned up the radio set today, the radio plugged away, going through stuff, and that's fun.
Awesome. Oh, you make number 30 for the night.
All right. Hey, do me a favor, give me a moment here. I need to swap my antenna over to another radio here, but I only have AM. Let's take CRC 434 base radio.
All right, AM on this channel then. Okay.
Okay, give me a moment.
On AM 123.456.8. I can hear you. It's got a squeal. It's feeding back. Maybe it's feeding back from another radio. Yeah, it got a little squeal in it, but I can hear you. No problem. All right. Yep, she's a-working. Yeah, well, about, doing about 400 or 500 watts here. And there you are. Yep. Yeah, it works both ways there. AM and sideband.
I only have a sideband on range. Okay, so let's pick up on the AM.
All righty, sounds good, Ben. Yeah, we've been out here chatting it up since 7 o'clock. Well, did the net at 8 and then hung out here, way after the net. I think the stream is still going.
Well, good deal, good deal. Yeah, everybody cut out. Everybody's tired out.
Well, I'm going to be heading down there.
All right, it's going to be on eBay. That's the Ranger.
This one's a real Wednesday research for Navajo Big Radio.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was the AM radio. All right.
Yep. No, I'm not selling the Ranger. I'm on a 29.5.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. Have a good night, and I will catch you later.
All right, take care. Catch you later. All right, Aaron, you're listening on your phone, and I think I'm going to sign off here. This is KQS 5557. We're clear. That was my CB radio license. Call sign. You like that one, Aaron?
Salinas Valley Repeater Group Link System. KF6FGL Repeater.
I can talk to myself and ask myself questions, and I'll never be wrong. Here on the drive time net here for getting close to midnight, we have a report of a fire on State Route 168 at Balsam Meadows Snow Park. And, yeah, that occurred here at 5:25 p.m., so we're a little bit off on that. Hopefully the fire's out. Next up, we have a traffic collision on State Route 99 southbound at State Route 43 southbound, and that occurred at 10:07 p.m. That concludes our traffic net here, so we're going to go ahead and shut it down. 7-3.